We are back. All right, it's been a long time. There we go. I'm yelling at myself from somewhere else in the room. I think somebody has something going on elsewhere. I don't know, but we're just gonna go with it. I think my stream is up somewhere else in the house. The boys are back in town, and so yeah, we're gonna do this thing. What's up? Dan's back. He's graced us with his presence from Hollywood's Hot Rod Association of Movie Making. Probably more Atlanta based than Hollywood, right?
Of course, no, we're too real for the Hollywood route.
Too real for Hollywood. So he's busting out of Atlanta. So yeah, what's new, Dan? We haven't seen you in a while. You're looking trim. You're looking fit. You've been working out. You got
a little, I got to stay in shape for all these youngsters out here, man. Got to show them what's up. Got a lot's been going on, brother. Like I was telling you in the backstage, I have a ton of projects that are gaining traction now, most of which that I've shared previously are like the Wild One show. I'm going to meet with the director tomorrow to discuss where that's going. I got a sci-fi thing that's currently under review from a studio executive, and I got some other stuff that I've been writing that I've submitted to Tyler Perry for. And just a lot of blessings are coming my way. Voiceover opportunities are happening, audio dramas, a lot of stuff that I'm seriously been working hard at, and the work's starting to pay off. So definitely. Oh,
that's good. Work is important to pay off.
And I did meant to share this that got some Star Wars juice, so I would love to share at some point.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna go ahead and pull up some stuff to get this party started. Okay. And I figured we will go ahead and put up the main stage here. I'm gonna flip us around
because they're live. They're live.
Yeah, so they're actually way ahead. So we're gonna start at the back and see where we end up. Because I think they just started like half an hour ago. There we go.
Following Star.
So.
Wait a minute.
The fans, your passion, creativity, actors look.
There we
got a really good feeling about this.
General, count me. This is the way.
It's time to celebrate Star Wars fans. Star Wars Celebration 2025 is here, and we're ready to party.
May the Force be with you.
After 17 years, Star Wars Celebration has returned to Japan. But Star Wars' connection to Japanese culture didn't start at Celebration. It all began with George Lucas finding inspiration for the characters, look, and feel of A New Hope in samurai films, releasing the mighty Zillo Beast similar to classic monster films like Godzilla in The Clone Wars and The Bad Batch. Our favorite father and son duo of The Mandalorian was influenced by manga and films. And Lucasfilm joined forces with some of the biggest anime studios across Japan with Star Wars visions. But we're not just here celebrating Star Wars. We're here to celebrate you, the fans. Your passion, creativity, and devotion is what makes Star Wars fans the best in the galaxy.
I love how much you put into it. It means so much to me.
I'm so depressed.
Because why? It's about you, it's about you, the fans, right?
I'm not there, man. That's why.
Oh man, there's always
Shivan, Media, and I have been talking about this all week.
The amount of times I've seen people like posting their their passes. I'm like, oh man, I wish I was in Japan. Yeah. Oh.
Exclusive reveals.
I wish I had that thing on. I still don't know how.
Just for you.
This is where the fun begins.
Japan would be where the fun begins.
Oh my god, it would be the place I would want to go. Get your face out of my soda.
That's the thing though, I need like a week.
Right.
It just was not gonna happen.
I don't know if they're gonna dox us for this.
I was wondering that, but also we're reacting to it, and we're probably going to be skipping through at points because
let's skip through anyway.
I'm about to say if you don't start skipping now, they might.
All right, here we go.
While we make our way off these banthas, because it's getting kind of crazy.
Can we go to Tachi Station and pick up some power converters?
That's exactly what we're
like
going
a
to do.
bantha.
Right. But surreptitiously, so we're going to get off the banthas soon.
Yes, okay, we're going to get off these banthas, and then you should stay tuned, because We're gonna jump on over to the celebration stage and hear all about Star Wars Visions Volume 3.
Give it up for Visions!
Boats. Boats.
It's Ronin time, baby.
Boats.
Yeah.
I hope they do Ronin 2.
Well, they got plenty of announcements for him.
Yeah, you'll see. I just saw what they were announcing with this.
Boots. Boots. Man, I need to go back through and watch this. I need to watch Visions again.
It's so fun, dude. I was literally just thinking, watching this. I'm like, God,
One
it's such a
character
fun-
has a freaking General Grievous type of lightsaber gun blaster with like 900 swords.
noise for your host,
Yeah.
Sasha and DJ Torres.
DJ Torres!
Perfect.
Hello, everyone. Do you hear us?
Super burns.
Right. Okay, welcome to the Star Wars Visions Volume 3 First Look. Yeah. You guys having fun? All right. I don't hear anything. Are you having fun? That's what I want. Yeah.
Let the-
さあ、ということで、Star Wars
let
Visions
the
Volume 3 First
flow
Look
through
まあ
you.
初出しステージということになりますね。Who's from Japan? 日本から来てる方は
日本から来てる方
Who's from Japan?
日本の方いらっしゃいますか
ください。
Any Japanese, huh?
そして Who's from abroad, from overseas?
Yeah! That's us! Whoa! That's us!
Follow the words on.
Uh-oh, somebody left the back door open.
They don't celebrate Easter in Japan?
And my name is DJ Taro, everybody.
Who's Easter?
Thank you.
Look at this crowd and yeah, we enjoy. So, I want to ask, do you have any Visions fan in the room?
Yeah.
Visions
Visions dope. I like Visions.
Right. Lots. Yeah.
Enjoyable.
And
Enjoyable.
we waited all the weekend for this, and we are finally here. And we are thrilled to be here with the many fantastic fans, and here they get to sneak peek at Volume 3.
Exactly.
Yes. 今日はですね、もうせっかくこれだけ皆さん待っていただいたので、少しでもビジョン3を楽しんでいただこうということで、楽しいコンテンツいっぱい用意してますので、
楽しい。
楽しんでくださいね。
はい。
Say it again.
All right. The Japanese fans knows. So, それではゲストに登場していただきたいと思います。Here to discuss the critically acclaimed anthology's much anticipated return to anime. Please welcome James Vaughn, Star Wars Vision executive producer.
Yeah.
Hi, James.
Minasan, Ohio gozaimasu.
Yes.
Great.
Perfect.
This
What
is
did
a
you
huge crowd.
It is.
This is a lot of Star Wars Visions fans. If you're in cosplay,
Yeah,
if
do you
you're
know
in
that there's a stand over there and there are
see
people,
that.
lots of people?
If you're in Visions cosplay, will you stand up?
Vision cosplays. ビジョンのコスプレしてる人立ち上がってください。
Yeah.
日本の皆さ
That's
んで
so
も。
incredible.
I can
That's
see you.
so incredible.
Great.
Oh, that's so incredible to see. It's amazing.
So, since 2021, Visions has brought a fresh and artistic
Might be four.
perspective to our Star Wars galaxy, right?
Let him live,
I
Obsession.
think so.
Yeah. Through unique, visually stunning shots created by some of the world's top animation studios. Visions Volume 1 and 2 garnered widespread praise for its creativity, diversity, and animation.
This is a
style,
lot.
bold storytelling.
We're about 10 minutes behind.
And quickly
You just
becoming
kick him out?
obsessed
Yeah,
with
right.
No,
Star
we're
Wars
about
and
we're
also
about 10 minutes
anime
behind.
fans.
I was like, what? I asked the wrong
And
question.
anime fans
Oh, cat
Right.
cam?
The hell did Nerd Mafia do?
took visions
There's
in
a
a
cat
different
cam.
direction by exploring their various animation styles, I guess. And why
Yeah,
do
damn.
you want to
Good to
move
see you.
beyond the anime?
Cheers.
In general, visions as a concept really came from a passion for the animated medium. I think we've always deeply admired the craftsmen that bring such great storytelling, through animation. And so, as we were talking about how we could celebrate
What's the cool
that,
shit?
we ended up coming up with a concept.
I concur.
Oh yeah, Fortnite. That's what it's about. Fortnite.
Or we got to work that sort of simulated that.
It did fly next wing and
I
shit.
did my world.
Yo, why are you spoiling shit?
1 and 2. Let's
You'll
go
play it
to
anyways. You'll be fine.
Next one.
Of course.
Click.
Click.
No.
I don't have the
Well,
clicker.
do we have technical difficulties?
Oh, are we getting a trailer? Oh.
I hear it. There it is.
Okay. I need to look up all these studios. Oh, Trigger's back.
No, nothing for middle finger.
Confetti.
Volume 3.
He's going crazy with these back end drops.
Incredible lineup.
They didn't show us anything.
Yeah.
They didn't show us anything.
Some
The fuck
are
was that?
returning.
No, they show you all the studios. That's what they're kind of doing every time. Trust me, they do that every time, and then they give you a trailer for it like a month before it drops. That's just how it works. Which is cool. I still like to look at what studios are doing it and like, you know.
For sure. This segment sponsored by the Matt Cave Gaming. If you haven't got your Matt Cave mug, make sure to get over to Matt Cave Gaming and get yourself a mug.
Do it.
It tastes like ambrosia. Okay, so let's get back to it.
Yeah, I'm a Star Wars Santa shill.
Volume 3. You're also seeing some returning studios.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that's really exciting is it's not just the
We
studios.
should do a montage of all of those.
We're continuing.
Say what you want to say, Chief. Say what you want to say. Say it. Say it.
No, I was just saying, do it.
They come-
Wait, you didn't really give me a 7.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Production IG's director.
He looks like he's ready to strike somebody down right now.
Yeah! Yeah!
God bless you.
Wow.
How incredible is this to be together? We've been working together so long, and to see such amazing talent together on the stage.
いや、皆さんとこの長い間働いてきて、
I know,
ここ
right?
で一緒にステージに上がれ
It's
て
been
本
so
当に
long.
素晴らしい経験だと思っていますという
I know, right? It's so long since we've got this group together. It's so important.
We're also really excited. Thank you.
Oh, look, it's our pleasure. And each
He's like really awkward.
Yeah, it's the hosts are always so awkward at these things.
They kind of are.
Always, man. Doesn't matter who they get.
Well, especially the ones that are like, you know, the side ones like this. In a
Like
sense, not that Visions isn't like cool as hell,
The
but
way
it
he
is
reacted,
like,
like he didn't know there was going to be a translator right there.
Right,
He
exactly.
was like, wait, what the hell's going on?
The guy's just trying. Poor guy's just trying to keep up.
This is their time to shine.
Oh, no, this is my first day.
Their stories get the time in the spotlight, and you all have the time to talk about what you've been making.
No.
So I'm
Enough
gonna go
talk.
backstage.
Okay.
But I might be
Bye.
back later. I have some other potentially cool things to show you later. So, arigato gozaimasu.
All right.
Arigato!
Thank you. You should
Bye, last English speaking person.
can we follow him?
James,
Sorry, that's messed up.
そして
そうですね。And from here on, we're gonna switch to Japanese. Okay. さあ、水野監督、
No.
監督にまず聞いていきたいと思いますけれども、数年ぶりに
Can
スター
we
ウォーズ
Sorry,
get
no
a
offense.
title on this? Yeah, it's just,
There she is, the
が村を救った
100 Sith lady.
Do you want to know more about Vision 3? Right, everybody? Yeah?
Hey.
That's why we're here. That's what it's all about.
監督からね、お願いいたします。The Duel。最後にですね、ローリンが村を使いこのシーンをですね、倒した。今そのシーンがちょうどね映っておりますけど、この後浪人には一体何が
ミスターロバート
はい、今回は The Duel Payback というタイトルになります。
Payback. Hi. Payback is the title. The Duel Payback.
Oh, so she comes back for revenge.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Wait. Time out.
Yeah.
Time! Okay, so was this the character in the original?
I think so.
Ronin?
Had the mask.
I believe so.
She was the evil one. I'm pretty sure she had.
Or is this like the Wicked Witch of the East and the Wicked Witch of the West kind of shit here, where it's going to be like the sister or like the cousin or like the mother-in-law's only daughter's husband's son?
Possibly.
Okay. I just needed clarity because I haven't seen it in a while. I just needed clarity. So
Have to go back and watch it.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna have to do a watch party, dude.
Yeah.
I don't remember this person.
Yeah, that's a new character.
Well, now he's a robot.
The animation looks slightly updated too, just on that image there.
Yeah.
That might be better.
はい。
ロニーに対して何か因縁のあるようなキャラクターです。
なるほど。そのキャラクターも奥崎隆さんのね、キャラクターデザインが本当に素晴らしくて、命を吹き込んでると思うんですけど。
Oh, I wish I knew what you were saying. This is
I
dope,
want
bro.
translator.
Look at that Chewbacca. That's sick. Or that Wookiee.
はい。お、これは
Mantis.
Sick.
Oh, that's cool.
ことですよね。
Living.
Okay, so they're going on Village Bride too.
お、
Sick. I love the Village Bride.
Oh, she has her own like younglings potentially. Is that what's going on?
Or
Students.
she's a teacher. Yeah.
本
If only we spoke Japanese.
The Lost One.
I wish right now. That'd be pretty nice.
Steve, I think we ranked these on stream.
We probably have.
And these were the three that we liked.
Well, yeah, these are three.
I liked the
best
Mega
so
Man
far.
one, but nobody else did. I liked the Dr. Light ripoff, but nobody else liked it. All right, so we're getting the
Wasn't there, like,
bride.
Ronin or something? I think that was the one.
Which one?
Wasn't it like a Ronin one or something like that?
Yeah, the first one, the duel was Ronin,
Yeah.
and then there was the Ninth Jedi.
Yep.
And then there was the bride. Are the three they're sequeling? But I liked the Mega Man one.
Oh yeah,
Astro Boy or whatever it was.
I like
Ninth Jedi was really good.
The Ninth Jedi was really good, and they're doing a sequel to the Ninth Jedi, right?
Everyone.
You'll see, because I don't think they've fully announced what they're doing with that yet.
Okay,
You'll see in a second.
Oh, the Lost Ones. Okay, so are these the twinsies?
That I think the Lost Ones is the one that's continuing. The what's it called one? The Lost Jedi, or what's it one? Not the Ninth Jedi, but the.
Well, here's the Ninth
Find the
Jedi.
lightsabers.
There you are.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
This is the shit I want. This is the one I wanted to see more of. This is with the robot master that turns into the master with the sabers and the sabersmith. This is the story that this is the cool one that I like, that I thought this was an interesting variation on the lightsaber colors based on who they are. That was a really cool twist that I kind of liked, that I thought was very
it had some of the best world building to it.
But I also liked that because it was very as dumb as this is going to sound, it was very Acolyte, right? Like you saw that same saber turning kind of effect, and I guess that maybe that was inspired by something here. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, cool. I'm liking what they're doing with Vision so far.
You don't say that.
And then the ninth Jedi, Wally, Eva,
Johnny 5.
Wally.
Is that what the droid's name was? I don't remember.
No, Wally was his name.
Oh, Wally.
Johnny Five.
This might be
Johnny
Walla-Eye,
Five.
though.
What the fuck? Johnny Five or Wally? Which one?
Walla I is gonna be his name. It's gonna be.
I
his
mean, they
name.
could
Like,
just rip it off because it is
And
Disney.
it's confused because he's got no idea what I'm referencing right now. And Obsession's sitting here just like, I'm not gonna get this.
Fuck the both of you. All right.
The child of hope. That's cool. So that's a continuation of her story. Right on.
Sweet.
Yeah, that looked like two of them, right?
I wish that, you know what? Only thing I wish they would have done here. If you're not gonna give us a translator, you're not gonna give this for the internet. There should have been subtitles on the stream for the mass viewers.
Yeah, that's
right.
what I
No
was saying.
bullshit aside. All of this was great, but the only thing that Star Wars Celebration Live next year, hire me to do your production for the internet because.
Wait, Obsession, aren't you like half?
You missed.
Japanese.
Oh hell, if I was, I'd be there, babe.
Oh yeah.
Yuko's Treasure. So that's a new one.
Yeah, it's new.
Okay, that looked cool. Okay, looks like there's a Boo Boo Bear. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. All right.
I already don't like
let's
it.
get some looksies. I already don't like it. You cynic shit.
Wow. Yeah, straight up.
I wish we could get us all in a room on a couch together to watch this shit. We could throw popcorn and shit at each other.
Right? Maybe when we go to ICC Con one day.
No, fuck. Stop it.
Oh, right, because you don't like the EBN crowd. I'm sorry. My bad. Maybe at the next Star Wars Celebration in Los Angeles.
Wherever we go. I just don't want to go to what? Idaho? Nebraska?
Yeah, there's not much out there.
The Smuggler. Okay, that looks cool.
That does look cool.
The main character is in the middle. In the center.
Main character's in the middle. Here.
I'm not gonna lie, that zero gravity game looks pretty good. Zero company.
I haven't looked too much into it.
I haven't looked much into it, but we're gonna go back and maybe go through the other days too, since they're just speaking Japanese the whole time.
What's going on here?
I like Droid. That looks cool.
Interesting Star Wars anime を作りたかったんですよね。
That looks. This
Very
looks like some
Hothy.
80s Star Wars cartoons.
That looks like some Hothy shit right there.
Yeah, that's
その昔のそのまあジョー・ジョンストンデザイン
はい
はい
エッセンスにして
なるほど
結構メカを今回はいっぱいフィーチャーたくさんいろいろとはい
なるほど今回の短編のポリゴンピクチャーズから The Bird のものに魂が
Okay, Birds of Paradise, interesting. Oh, cool. They're gonna show us some of this shit finally. Show me some shit, man.
Oh, that's some different animation. This looks like a video game.
Let's check it out.
It does look like a video game.
これまだ映像コンセプトアートですね。そうですね。
It looks like Avatar, bro.
A little bit.
Just mean the
Got that
color.
vibe. I mean, Avatar has a whole
that's
sort of
cool.
Force kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Disney does own Avatar.
They own everything.
Half of everything, pretty much. Or they're gaining
That's
control
it?
of it.
Well, you guys are fucking beating me in the face with a fucking mallet.
Oh, you really showed us.
Oh, she was running through the forest. You see that shit?
Oh, is this a tribute to that guy? Oh no, he's alive.
Oh well, then moving on.
He looked like death.
Oh, this looks sick.
人生だったり生き方思いだったりっていうのがあってでトルーパー自身にもやっぱり
What the
そういう
zombie?
思いっていうのもあるんだろう、皆さんに、これから特別映像として、ブラックを見ていただきたいと、思いますお願いいたします
Last of Us?
Black.
This guy's a sick fuck. Is that Joel?
He's on some sort of psychedelic trip. That's what I'm gathering.
What? With the music choice right there.
Please.
Exactly what I said. He's on some sort of psychedelic trip. This looks like the trench run on acid.
Somebody crackling in the background?
I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. This is
Like Star Wars Fantasia.
Right.
かっこいい。
かっこいいけどストーントルーパーが主人公の割には結構やられてませんでした。
まあだいぶやられちゃってますね。
はいはい。
ね楽しみです。あと動きがすごくなんか有機的
Oh,
な。
there's your friend there.
まあそうですね。
Someone give this man a sandwich.
I was gonna say he looks like he would create some sort of Star Wars psychedelic.
I thought they were gonna say like this one is in honor of this guy that passed. Like he's looked like cancer.
Oh my god.
Y'all need to repent right now.
いやめちゃめちゃ面白かったけど、どれも見たいんですけど、すごい作品によってテイストがとっても広くて、これがビジョンズらしいというか日本アニメらしいなと思います。
Can't leave you kids for 2 seconds, can I?
Not even one.
本当今言ったちょっとこうその昔っぽいアニメのタッチがあったりとか。
It's not my fault nobody feeds that guy.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Star Wars Visions Volume 3
Let's
comes
say.
out on Disney Plus.
Next year.
October 29th,
Oh, you
2025.
whore.
Okay. All right. At least it's this year.
All right.
At least it's this year.
I'm straight. I'm not even kidding.
All right, that's
I like that.
But also, I mean, you're all
It doesn't take that long to make a 15-minute short.
The Ryan Gosling thing
And I
is
feel
in like
like
27. The
Thank
Mando
God.
Grogu thing is in 26.
Maul is in 26.
Ahsoka, I think, is in 26.
Everything's
Get
in
started. My wife started asking me who's gonna be in what. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother talking about it because we don't know if it'll happen.
You know, this is kind of a sampler. This is a
Oh,
taster,
yeah.
But it'll give
I'm not
you
gonna hype for anything.
really,
This is what they do.
great sense
When
of how
I see a release date, like it's coming to theaters, then I'll get serious.
Let's roll that in 1 second. But one thing I do want to
because
say
I
is
can't even
I did see
defend
those
that.
great
Like
announcements.
half the
So
stuff they
just wanna
announced
say
in
you stick
Celebration,
around,
like the
until
Ray
after the sizzle,
movie,
and then might be
never
more.
came
go away, right?
up.
Okay.
The,
Enjoy.
Okay, let's look at
the
it.
other stuff they announced was like
Oh,
Mando and Grogu wasn't even on their list, and that's the only one that came out.
He's like, when's that Ryan Gosling one coming out? I'm like, right after Droids.
I hope it never comes out.
When the fuck
Droid
is
story.
I forgot about droids.
I hope the
I hope come out right after that.
I hope the Ryan Gosling thing never happens.
So okay, can I have the screen now? Because I really want to share this stuff.
Oh, respect the one shot.
All love the one you're with.
Yeah. Boom. So I have been talking to a source of my own for quite a minute. He's responsible for leaking the Spider-Man Far From Home stuff with the Hydro Man and Sandman monsters.
Who is this again? I'm sorry. I didn't interrupt.
Greg,
Let's do this like an interview. Who are you talking about, sir?
I'm talking about my source that leaks movie information, Greg Sanders. He does YouTube live streams every now and again. He's doing another one on May 24th, and you just look up his name, Greg Sanders. Marvel actually takes his stuff down because he leaks a bunch of stuff that comes out true. He announced Hugh Jackman's coming out as Wolverine and Deadpool Wolverine. He's a reliable source.
Copy.
So pretty much what I have learned after speaking with him tonight is that essentially they are bringing back George Lucas's old ideas from his canceled sequel trilogy. Hence, when the Maul show got announced with the Darth Talon character, they are planning allegedly to have her come into canon to bring Maul back in the present day. They're looking to have I'm having a brain fart. Oh yeah, Luke.
That is not where we're looking to go.
Luke. No. Give me back.
Why is
Give
it?
me back. Yep. It fell. There it is, right there. Okay, I think we're back. We're good. Okay. Yeah. False alarm. We're good. As I was saying, Starfighter is going to reveal that Luke had more students and they want to introduce the children of Luke and the Solos in these newer projects. Now, it can be a situation
of Luke and Mara Jade. What?
Well, and we know the Mara thing isn't too far off because we just saw her lightsaber in that.
I already know.
Exactly. So again, take it all, everything you hear with a grain of salt. But with the Den of Nerds thing that just came out, with his source announcing the Underworld and Maul show, and then this guy announcing this stuff, with it's all coming together. I'm inclined to believe it because he's already leaked stuff that was true from my end. And if this stuff is even half true, then Star Wars might actually reel me back in, because all of that shit sounds really good, like what a lot of people have been asking for with the Legends characters, with the Jason.
Wait a minute. So you're saying Disney is gonna unfuckify what people say they fuckified?
They're currently working to fit those characters in because the sequel trilogy is canon and isn't going anywhere. But apparently their loophole is that because Ben never said he was the only child. That's their way in.
Okay. Hey, look, I'm just saying I can dig it. I can get behind it. The Mara Jade thing was kind of a gimme based on her lightsaber coming out.
Okay.
I like the Maul stuff. I mean, give me more Maul. I'm never gonna say no to Maul. So give me more Maul stuff, especially since it just has to fit. I mean, we know when he dies, so this has to just stay true to that Kenobi stuff, and when he gets to Kenobi and how he gets to Kenobi, and but yeah, I mean, if they're gonna do this animated, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Maul Shadow Lord will explore that time that led up to him in Solo, when those 9 years of him being the crime boss of Crimson Dawn.
Yeah, during Crimson Dawn and all that stuff.
Can easily fit in there.
My biggest thing with him is, like, how did he get to Malachor when we see him just stranded there in the beginning or end of season 2 of Rebels? It's like he's just there, and it's
and I think that is going to tie into this, because that's when his apprentice leaves him there.
That's
right. That's where it ends. Is it should end on Malachor.
Have any of you seen the leaked Shadow Lord trailer? So you don't know anything. Okay.
I don't know anything. I have been completely depressed. I've been in bed 16 hours a day all week. I haven't been able to eat. I've barely slept. I've been living in my bed crying myself to sleep at night because I'm not in Japan for my two favorite things, Star Wars and
Easter.
Japan.
Okay. Glad to see you got out of the rut and you're here now.
So yeah, we're out of the rut only because Dan was like, are we streaming? And we were like, fuck yeah! So but yeah, I mean, look, I'm sad because I'm seeing everybody post, everybody's like so happy. Oh my God, I'm in Celebration. Oh my God, we're here at Celebration. And it's like, fuck you. Because I'm jelly. I'm just jelly. That's all. Ain't nothing more than me being a jelly roll. Mm-hmm. So, all right, let's get back to.
Is he frozen?
Oh, it's a frog.
No.
Oh.
I thought
you
it was.
Hear him watch it in the back.
I thought it was something else. I'm sorry. I was legitimate. No, I thought it was something completely different. I thought
frog.
Hold on, let me put this in.
Oh, that's a frog.
Your connection to the Force grows stronger. Entrust yourself to the flow of nature.
It is a frog.
It is a frog.
Let it guide you. Let the Force guide you.
This looks dope.
Yes, Master.
There you go. Oh yeah, here it is.
Like the frog is evil. You said you were gonna like this one.
There's no such thing as the Force, right?
Happily intrigued by all of this.
All we are to them is a nuisance.
Wookiees.
This message is for the Jedi. Surrender immediately.
Let's go!
This looks sick.
Oh shit! That's some
Megazord.
Voltron shit right there.
Hell yeah.
I'm with it.
Yo, why are we waiting till October? It looks like they have the whole fucking thing.
Oh, they probably have to master shit.
They need to do reshoots.
The trailer is definitely done.
Oh, she's teamed up with Ronan.
Huh?
That was
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in it.
What was that Edward Grievous hands?
Wow.
I miss
It
Shadow.
was Darth Talon Grievous hands.
I miss Shadow. I miss my buddy Astro Boy, but that was fucking dope.
Right.
Looks better than
He's not a real
Like
boy.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't say that. You don't say he's not a real boy.
I never said he wasn't a real boy.
All right, so she got her umbrella back, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Her lightsaber umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
With my family. I don't see that stopping the rain.
All right. Ninth Jedi.
In Star Wars Vision's signature style of being disconnected from canon, but really just an expression of culture and talent. And so I would love to talk about the first Star Wars Visions Presents, but there's someone here today that I think would be much better to do that. Can we bring on to
If
the
he
stage,
speaks Japanese, I'm gonna.
Ninth Jedi director and writer
He's gonna speak Japanese.
Kenji Kamiyama.
Kamiyama-san desu!
Welcome.
Kenji-san.
Welcome to the Star Wars celebration.
皆さんこんにちは。再びここに戻ってこられて
I want back
光栄
the
です。
old dubbing
あり
style.
がとうございます。
Right.
Hi, how are you?
ねえ。そして神山さん今回ご担当どんなお話にな
Session
るんです
just
か。
went completely dark.
はい、
He's turning
ナイ
into
スジェ
love
ダイという
for Star
Dark
Wars.
短
Hearts.
編を最初のボリューム1の時に作っていただいて、まあ今回
How could you not have subtitles?
Well,
bro?
they're producers, bro.
No, but look, dude, this is
How do
the
they
pro-
not have ChatGPT?
how do
What are we doing?
how do they not have a translator on site? Like
CapCut.
just not even talking, just subtitling, dude. This is easy. You got all these graphics, all this amazing shit going on here, and the one like all these graphics and all this stuff, and who's coming out? You got a bumper reel, and you got a watermark, and you got all this amazing shit. And the one thing you don't have is somebody telling us what the fuck they're saying.
It's such incredible work.
ねえ。すごい。
What's coming is very special.
これ、The Ninth Jedi というシリーズになるということでいいんですか、神山さん。
はい。
ね。
God!
9人目のジェダイ。
いやー。
はい。
すごいな。
はい。
神山さんの立場はこの
I think they're
This makes me
doing
want to drink. This makes me want to start drinking
あ
again.
のシリーズ
Whoa.
と今総監督
Me too. Cupboard's empty though.
で
Bullshit.
制作させていただいて
He just said my name too. He's like obsession.
Vision.
I said bullshit.
I think they're
That's
doing
what
a
I
full
said.
season. Of
He said
The Ninth
obsession.
Jedi.
He said my name right then.
I don't know if you heard that.
Fucking dick.
What happened? Do a full season.
I
of
said I
something
think they're doing a
The
full
art
season of The Ninth
has been around
Jedi,
for
and
over
it's
1,000
being like listed or titled as Star Wars
You
Vision.
shut your
Presents.
mouth.
Yes,
You shut your damn mouth.
swear.
Not you.
But it's obviously not canon. Which
Give a
is fine.
shit. I just want good
Well, that would
content.
explain the October release.
That might be separate. I don't know
Years, the
exactly how
Tin Toy
that's
Show
gonna
and the
work.
group
We'll see.
Fusion, we call it, have
We
found a
shall
way
see.
to show their Star Wars fandom in their performances. Let's check it out.
I don't like her.
I don't like your attitude, young lady.
Maybe if she had pigtails. Dun dun dun.
This suspense is killing me.
In a world where George Lucas is king.
In a world.
Beberapa askar Indo sedang mencari sesuatu untuk ditemui.
What in the hell?
What in the actual fuck is going on here?
Oh yeah, dude. So the next few segments is gonna be this guy talking about his Japanese merch. You can skip this.
3 puppets jacking up an ATM.
Yeah, no.
Robbing the, what are they robbing the place?
Shadow puppet art called. These media social.
Oh, that was live. Okay, they get a lot more respect. I thought that was a video. I was like, what the
again,
shit?
I'm on the show floor at the
Yeah, it was
Takara
weird
Tommy
either
booth
way.
with Natsuki-san to show us everything that's going on at this booth.
Oh, I like both of them.
Thank you. I'm very excited to show you our booth. So first, let me start with the metal figure collection. The palm-sized metallic figure. They are small enough to display anywhere you want, like on your shelf, on your desk,
I could fuck with
anywhere,
miniatures.
everywhere. So you can bring
That's what
the
she
Star
said.
Wars
Bet you
universe
some-
into your everyday space. And now we have
Autopods come from
our
Japan.
original miniature digest cars, Millennium Falcon, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, and also normal TIE Fighter. These have their transparent wheels.
So it looks like they're flying.
Yeah, looks like flying, yes.
And next we have some of the cutest plushies on the floor. Natsuki-san, show me more of these adorable, adorable duo.
First, we have the classic plushies. They can sit anywhere you want. And also, we have the perfect mascots. I love to take them with me anywhere, everywhere.
And next we have something super fun and special. Take it away.
Yes, let me introduce the Beyblade. The Beyblade is our spinning top battle toys, tweak of traditional Japanese beigoma, and it sparked the excitement around the world over 80 countries and regions. And now we
Fair.
have
Just show us all the stuff we
becoming
can't get
Japanese.
at the right price for the tariffs now.
You know?
We got a show.
You absolutely have to check out the Takara Tommy booth. And everybody at home, stay tuned for more
I
Star
think
Wars
the
Celebration.
Fortnite announcement is after this one.
We got a show. We got a show.
There it is.
Yeah, show it to me.
Oh, Mando.
If that fucking
Back.
okay, I gotta stop. If that fucking skin isn't available for purchase or to battle pass, I'm going to boycott Fortnite. I want my Mando skin. I'm tired of not having it.
The Fortnite players I know.
God, it's so pissing me off. I want it. I want it now. I want it.
Could have sworn Matt Cave had a Mando skin.
He does, because you could get it before I started playing.
Yeah, it was like
You were just late.
and they never brought it back.
I was late. I know.
Yet.
I got down in the boba times.
They keep teasing it like this, so hopefully they do.
We got a show.
We got a show.
We gotta. Oh, there it is.
We got a show.
We actually need to fly some shit this time. Oh, dope. When does it start?
Never.
What?
It already started, and you missed out on the skin.
I missed out again. Son of a bitch.
Well, they are bringing out an old friend.
Over the past few years, our friends over at Fortnite have done some epic things to celebrate Star Wars, all leading to this moment. Something huge
Yep,
is
see,
approaching
in the past
that
few
Star
years.
Wars
No, I'm
and
just
Fortnite
kidding. Please
fans
don't do
won't
that.
want to
That'd be
miss.
so.
Are y'all ready to hear this?
Yes.
Coming this
No,
May,
don't tell me.
Star Wars is taking over the Fortnite universe with their most expansive experience yet. Let's take an exclusive first look at how the Fortnite Island will be taken over.
Oh, you don't say.
You couldn't show us that the first time.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
I guess I found the 0 point.
Nice one, dude.
Let's try that. Bitch.
Yeah!
Jar! Yeah.
Nice second.
Victory!
better than that.
Let's go. That's why he was teasing Celebration.
That's why.
Because he came out and did new lines. That's why he was teasing it. That's sick. Oh, I'd love to interview him.
He would do it.
Dude, how?
He would fucking do it.
Hook it up, Dan. You got people.
Shit and me.
He's big times.
We'll see. You would probably have more luck than me.
Is that a sabered hand?
Ahmed.
Yes, sir.
First of all, welcome back to the stage. You live here now. This is your home.
Oh, I love it here. All of these wonderful human beings. This is the best place in Celebration right here. You got the best job, Anthony.
Thank you very much.
Got
Thank
the
you
best
very,
job.
I think you have the
like
best
the
job.
third or
Let's
fourth
talk
time
about
he's been
this.
up on that stage.
This is something that went from an absolutely, utterly
like, I'm a giant
ridiculous internet meme.
Yes.
To being in Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy.
Yep.
And now Darth Jar Jar is in Fortnite.
I want to talk about Jar Jar. I want to talk about the
Darth
saber
Jar
hand.
Jar's in Fortnite. I mean,
Say again.
He's like, I don't want to talk about Jar Jar. I want to talk about the sabered hand. Way better character.
here's the thing that I love about Fortnite.
Miss Jar Jar,
right?
though.
So
You're gonna die.
the
Lisa
pandemic was
thinking
really
about-
hard on everybody in the world, right? And I have a son, and he had a really tough time in the pandemic because he was at an age where, like, your friend group is really what's the most important. And you know, he's an only child, so his friends were really important to him. And because of the pandemic, he couldn't go see his friends, right? The
Yeah, he
only
could.
way he got to communicate with his friends and be around was playing Fortnite. And Fortnite
That's when I
became this
started.
really special time.
See, that's what
in-
how
during
he
that
did
time
hang out with his
because
friends
that's
because
when
he'd
he
rather
finally
just play
connected.
Fortnite.
That's where everybody can stay sane, and that's where everybody's kind of
Sane?
ideas about gaming change, especially parents.
Yes.
Because a lot of times parents are just like, "Don't play those games. Get off those games. They're a waste of time." Absolutely not true. They were such a way for all of these young people to connect, to stay together, and to show them that their friendship could last even through the hardest times. So Fortnite really holds a special place in my heart.
I would agree with that.
Because of that, and because of my son, and because it is where we can all connect and play and
Absolutely.
be together. So being a part of Fortnite,
I wonder if this is going to
I
tie
can't
into
tell
that
you how
Disney
honored
X Fortnite
I
thing.
am to be
Next year.
a part of it. And for, you know, everybody keeps asking me about Darth Jar Jar. I am so glad Darth Jar Jar is living in all of these different permutations in Star Wars. Now we get to have some fun with him.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't just get to have the character in there. The character is bringing new things to the game. He's using Force Lightning.
Force Lightning Darth Jar Jar. Can you imagine? It's amazing.
Yes.
Force Lightning in Fortnite.
Force
Make it canon.
Force Lightning Night.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So he's got Force Lightning.
He's got Force Lightning.
You know, that's new. We've seen a lot of Star Wars in Fortnite before, though.
Yes.
In addition to Darth Jar Jar, Force Lightning,
Yes.
what else are we going to see?
You're going to see a lot of characters popping up in Fortnite. You're going to see some great mashup characters, but you're going to see some really good Sith Lords and some really good just like team-ups going on in Fortnite.
So obviously Fortnite's always been about teaming up. It's always
Yes.
been about squadding up with your friends.
Yes.
But now you can really, really do that because you're going to be able to jump into an X-Wing with your friends.
You
Sick.
can squad up
Now you're
in
speaking my
an
language.
X-Wing in Fortnite. I mean, I don't know how the reason why there's a reason why they call it epic. You're going to have such an epic time squadding up in an X-Wing fighter. X-Wing fighter was that was the ship. Aside from the Millennium Falcon, it was like you always wanted an X-Wing. That was like the supercar of the Star Wars universe. Right?
Yeah.
my
So
God,
I
I
always,
want an X-Wing.
I always wanted a TIE fighter because I was an angry little
Very
kid.
angry teenager.
Yeah, and it's good to know that
Little
TIE
trick.
fighters are represented in there too. You're going to be able to
Absolutely.
fly a TIE fighter.
You can fly a TIE fighter. You can fly an X-Wing fighter. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do.
Whatever you wanna jump into.
Genuinely,
Lakers in 5.
Fortnite is
shit.
getting to the extent where it's like What do you want to do in a video game? They got it. It's good.
Oh,
They got it.
man.
They're listening to you. They're listening to you.
Yeah,
I got
and
jokes,
this
I
is
just
going
don't
to
wanna say
take
it.
place
You
over
can fly a
period
TIE
of time,
fighter.
right?
Hold
There's
on,
gonna be
hold
reveals
back.
happening in stages.
Friendly,
5-part saga
family friendly.
in this, and there's new Star Wars gameplay every single week.
Not even that. I'll tell you
through
guys
June
after.
7th. New Star Wars gameplay every single week through June 7th. So you guys got to jump on. Quarter. You guys got to jump on and play that. It's gonna be so exciting.
So you've got 5 weeks. You're gonna squad up with your friends. You're gonna jump in an X-wing. You're gonna jump in a TIE fighter. Who would Darth Jar Jar have in the co-pilot seat? Do you
Grogu.
think?
Yeah, you know, Darth
Somebody
Jar
just said
Jar-
me. Somebody just said me, please.
Who wants to jump in? Darth. All right, so Darth
Jar Jar
Jar
probably
Jar is
smells, bro.
such a powerful Sith Lord. I think the only person that Darth Jar Jar can squad up with would be a Sith Lord who has almost enough equal power. Almost enough as Darth Jar Jar, and I think that would be the person that Jar Jar gave really emergency powers to.
Emergency powers.
You guys know
So
who
we
that
need
is,
somebody
right?
who's strong enough to face Darth Jar Jar and has emergency powers.
Emergency powers.
Can
Who
we-
could that be? Who could that be?
Palpatine.
That's right. I would squad up. Darth Jar Jar would squad up with Emperor
Emperor?
Palpatine.
Sheev
Emperor?
Palpatine in
Yeah,
Fortnite.
Sheev Palpatine.
Oh yeah, good
Let's
boy.
go.
There
See?
he is.
I'm on the
There's him.
There he
screen.
is.
Congratulations,
The only man we can trust with the ultimate power in the universe. You're going to
The
be able
wise
to be
one.
Sheev Palpatine in
Sheev
Fortnite.
That's right. Sheev Palpatine.
That's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, and there'll be more surprises build up each week.
My God.
Epic in-game narrative-based live events, 2 brand new Star Wars spin-on fan favorites, Fortnite original characters, live narrative,
I
end
bet Beth's
event,
gotta be thinking,
and
like,
mashup characters.
all these motherfuckers gonna do all this cool
Yes.
shit. I'm
So
here
this
talking
is,
about Fortnite.
we've got,
like, really?
first of all,
This
we've
is
got
all we got.
Jedi Eevee.
You should have
Jedi
seen the
Sith
YouTube
Eevee.
comments
Yes,
though before
Apprentice
this.
Eevee
They were
and
like,
Sith
Fortnite. When is
That's
it? When are they talking
amazing.
about
Yeah,
it? I'm
getting a
like,
little
what the heck?
Looks
mad
good.
annoying.
Looks good.
Yeah.
And then
We
one
want
more character,
Fortnite.
isn't there? I can't remember who it was. Is there any?
Dead
Do you
ass,
remember?
bro. It was. Ugh.
I think we might need
We
a
were
little
supposed to
help.
have it on the card. I don't.
I think we might need
Are
a
we
little
getting
help
Ewoks, too?
remembering
Oh
who
yeah.
the mashup
Oh.
characters.
Can we
Yes,
can we
Teddy
bring
Bear.
out the mashup character, please?
Who is the mashup
giant
character?
Ewok Funko? Mashup
Here it comes.
character?
Oh!
What the
It's-
Lady Wookiee?
Wookiee Cuddle
Wookiee?
Team Leader!
Cuddle
Who
Team
it
Leader
is?
Wookiee.
Cuddle Team Leader!
Wait a minute.
They have gifts for you. They have gifts for you as well. What are the gifts? Wookiee Cuddle Team.
Everybody
They're the
gets
gifts.
one.
You get a
Give the
gift.
gifts.
You get a gift.
We got
It's
gifts.
like a whole new
Who wants some Cuddle
Tetris
Team
reference, I
gifts?
think. Just created on the stage. whole new kinky rule.
Who wants a Wookiee Cuddle Team gift? They got gifts for you.
When I said I wanted to roleplay Star Wars, I was thinking Slave Leia, not this.
Donation.
This is by far
Donation.
the
Donation.
most random thing to
Gifts.
happen on the stage, I think.
Gifts.
In my 10 years.
More gifts.
I had no idea that this Sunday Easter morning would turn out like this.
This is it. This is my family tradition. Please respect it.
Yeah,
Please
this is
respect
wonderful.
it. Oh my goodness,
I-
thank you, Cuddle Team.
They are
respect
still
it.
going.
Team.
I respect
Beat
it.
getting
Cuddle
gifts
Team, thank you so
from
much.
Ahmed Best, and the one and only Cuddle Team Wookiees. Mark your calendars. Save the date for May 2nd, where you'll be able to immerse yourself in the ultimate Star Wars fantasy across eras, only in Fortnite. Follow Fortnite on your favorite social platforms.
This is why I
and
wouldn't wanna
visit
go to Japan. There's some
StarWars.com for
weird
more
stuff
details to come. You won't want to miss it. Ahmed Best!
Anthony Carboni.
No, Ahmed Best!
No,
Ahmed's the best.
It was more funny than it should have been.
Thank you
It
for
was
a wonderful
more funny than it
celebration.
should
You
have
guys have been the best. I couldn't
It's,
have asked
it was
for more.
literally
Thank
like
you
you
so
said, the
much.
most random thing ever. It was like, oh,
Club Boost
this is happening. There's a bunch of Lady Wookiees walking out.
Anthony.
Nano
Right.
Club Boost.
Yeah, of course. stick around. Sabers up, make some noise!
They need better production value. Disney Celebration, can I come work for you next time?
Sound
Please?
effects is our
I'll
next
bring my own
guest's
people.
name. Okay, it's definitely not, but he knows a lot about filling your favorite scenes with sound effects to make them feel real. Everyone give your best clapping Foley for David W. Collins.
Oh, I like this song.
Everybody!
How
you doing? Woo! Oh my goodness.
It's
Anthony,
the sound guy.
It is wonderful to see you, man. It's been a while.
It's
been a while.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, there's a lot of stuff on this card, but I don't care about it because there's one thing that I want to ask you about.
Okay.
I have
What's your favorite
a particular favorite song, and
Will
I
you
thought it
ever
was
hire
unique
me?
to me. I thought this was just my favorite
What's
song.
your
but it's a
handicap in
song
golf?
by an artist named
There
Peter
you
Schilling,
go.
and it's called Major Tom Coming Home.
Right.
Okay,
right.
we're out.
Songwriter.
No.
Is it a
Sorry.
Tris?
Yeah.
What
Moving
vegetable?
on,
do you
moving
like?
on up.
Okay.
Get those lightsabers up for Lady Tano herself.
Too late.
Rosario Dawson.
Hey-oh! Too late. Saber's already up.
Or die.
I watched Spaceballs the other day with my son.
Oh, shit. Oh, hey, girl. Hey. How you
not gonna lie.
doing?
Oh yeah, she's supposed to
have
be.
Oh, hi.
I have the stream
That's a
up on
wig.
another browser.
Yeah, of course
I
it's a
was
wig. She's the
watching
queen
her
of wigs.
talk. Yeah, I was literally thinking, oh my god, she's wearing a wig. Because
She
they
always wears
start
wigs.
shooting in 4 days.
She always wear wigs, though.
Or 3 days now, I think. But yeah, she does. But it's also because she's literally about to shoot for Ahsoka too.
Yeah, so she's probably
bald as
started
fuck
already,
now.
like, I don't think she shaves her head.
I think she does.
Probably makes it easier.
That'd be awesome. She should just take the wig off.
Hello.
Yeah.
I love you too.
Strong J, bitch!
She'd be a beast. Badass.
Rosario, I don't know if you planned this.
What?
But your footwear here perfectly matches a Lady Tano herself right up here in the front row. Did you see this? Yeah.
Yes.
My
queen.
boots cost
Hey.
$60,000. How much do yours cost?
Now I want to open up talking a little bit about some of this amazing cosplay real quickly, because this has been such a journey for you.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah,
been
I know.
Ahsoka Tano now
Discord.
all the way back since The Mandalorian Season 2.
Yeah.
You've stepped into those Laku so many
Oh, cool.
times now. You're about to do it again in Season 2.
And they keep
You said
changing
that
and
very
getting
smooth.
longer.
Laku.
Whoa.
But how does it feel for you then when you're used to seeing your own face in the mirror reflected as Ahsoka Tano, but then you see Ahsokas from all over the world walking towards you at places like Star Wars Celebration?
I am always
in the
so
face.
impressed because, you know, I have a whole team getting me ready, and the incredible and the incredible like details and like reinterpretations that you see, and folks get like really into it sometimes, very specific to be exact, or sometimes doing like a completely different look. Like I met this woman who does Wonder Ahsoka, and it's a mixture between Wonder Woman and Ahsoka, and it really
Yeah, you
trying
lost
to
me.
get it. How are you doing that? I'm like,
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to
great first
Wonder
iteration
Ahsoka.
that we did in that.
see Ahsoka.
You know, for me, I think the very first one, I actually was looking at pictures and the very first iteration that we did in that first fitting with Shauna. And I remember, you know, she was so excited. I was so excited. I was doing
Shauna.
jumping jacks in the trailer.
No one?
And I was
She had
like, you're going to
butterflies in your
fire
stomach?
me because I am being way too much of a fangirl. But it was so special because it was a new costume. Like it wasn't cosplay. It was something that would be cosplayed later, but it wasn't, it was brand new. So the idea that this character's stories were going to live on and that she was going to go on new adventures was just so exciting. Like I couldn't believe it. And so we kind of, you know, every time that we get to do a new iteration and change even just a little something, it just gets me so excited because I know someone out there is going to see it and notice that detail. The thing that you, like I remember when we even made the Leku like a little longer, I was like, I wonder if anyone's going to notice. They were like measuring it on the screen or something. Like, y'all don't miss anything.
Nope.
Not a thing.
We don't miss nothing.
It's very impressive.
Nothing.
It's very impressive. So I love it. It's very meditative, you know, because it takes such a long process. And you know, you have like a limited eyesight. You've got this whole forehead piece. Like this whole thing is going on, and it really kind of gets me into her. You know, and that's something she's always taking that time to meditate, to find those visions and really make sure she's on the right path. And it's a very as that process of getting into her look is getting into her zone. So I do like, I'm glad it's not like a 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. It really does take a moment, and it does feel like you leave this galaxy behind and step into a new one.
I don't think I ever noticed she's got like
Speaking
Ahsoka
of
eyes.
leaving this galaxy behind, stepping into a new one.
She had surgery for
I
that.
want to talk a little bit about from Ahsoka
what?
season 1 when you get to step into the world between worlds.
What?
And reunite Snips with her Sky Guy, also known
God.
as Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen himself. Such a huge part of her story, and one I think fans,
Was
of course,
it the
you
world
were
between worlds?
were optimistic, we're hoping to see play out, but
Did
you know,
she
Dave
die?
keeps his secrets really well.
No, for sure. He doesn't tell me anything because I can't be trusted. Yeah.
He doesn't tell me anything either.
You're the
I don't
Tom
know how
Holland
our season
of-
ends now. I haven't even read all the episodes. He's tweaking it as we go along. He changes things. I can't be trusted.
You'll find out when you watch it, I guess.
Yeah, I'll find out when I'm doing it. I'll be like, what are we doing
Yeah,
today?
you kind of gave it away.
But take me
last
back
year.
for a minute to when you were shooting
right.
the World Between Worlds scenes.
Yeah, that was actually really interesting because most of what we were filming was on the volume, so you could see every single detail. Everyone in the entire crew could. But in this one, it was just this big platform similar to this, the width of this, with a grating on it with light from underneath, and then just green screen everywhere, so you couldn't see it. And it was really cool because he does this really awesome previs when we're filming. So it's basically almost like a video game animation
It is a
of
video
each
game
episode
animation.
that all of the directors gets to watch, so the vision is sort of shared with everyone. And so we could see what it was going to look like. And I
why they bought
loved
Epic.
when the World Between Worlds showed up in the animation. And for me, it was such a perfect tether going to Iman's character of Ezra, because he's the one who pulled her out of that. And that was the last time that she was there was after a confrontation with Anakin before, which was so poignant because that was the one scene where you saw half of his mask disappear. And you got to have a kind of a glimpse of Anakin through inside of Darth Vader, which was something you never saw. And Obi-Wan did the same thing, but it was the other side of his face, which I thought was cool. So we always talk about that, like how powerful that was, that the only one who ever got to demask him was his son Luke. So to be there in that space with him again is just like, and see him kind of switching between Anakin and Darth Vader is just something we never get to see. And it was just, I remember we were crying on set, the entire crew, we have things filming when it's him walking down the platform and then it's Darth Vader like people were freaking out. Like we were very, very emotional. And this was a big scene for me to do with
spoiling
Anakin.
more things,
and
or
for
this
me
was
to
last
do
No, this was
with
during
Hayden.
season 1.
Because, we've known each other since we were teenagers and never dreamed that we'd be able to do this. And for Dave, it blows his mind that we know each other that long. So that history, that texture that we get to play with on screen has a very real, history to
Texture
it
we
and
get to
depth
play
to it that we
with.
don't have, like you can't make that up.
Also,
that we
obsession
actually
with
remember
Dream,
each other as
almost
teenagers.
all caught up.
And
You
so
got
like to be
Diego
there just
Luna
felt like
after
really
this, and
magical
after
and actually
caught up.
tweaked what we ended up doing later because it was so powerful. Rough, like.
We got
Rough.
75 more questions, so we're good.
Okay.
We're going to be here for a bit. Yeah. No, and it's such an amazing ensemble cast too. Like,
And he's a technique. Him.
Unless you're going to talk about
And
Ray.
Ray.
it's
It
blurry,
looks like
and
she
he
just,
posted
like,
it online. For
hung over
season
herself,
1, those
woke
last
up
couple
out of bed,
episodes
got over
particularly,
it.
I was screaming. So to be on
We're on some
good,
Converses.
I got into so much trouble going to visit them on set. Oh, no. Cool is that? I'm so happy for Space Zaddy. That makes me so happy. All the time. Because,
At the show, and you were looking at the stance booth.
ストーリーは彼を誘拐したのは誰なのかとかっていう部分
I don't know what you're saying, bro.
I don't know what you're saying, bro.
Immense,
Beat me
like
by
satin
one
souvenir
Cool.
jackets that y'all have
Cool
over
jacket.
here, right? Tell us about how you kind of come up with your designs.
Well, like these are the kind of like a Japanese.
Too many
Pieces, it's like-
likes.
But you also
We see a hack in the Lucasfilm. I guess
either, huh?
3D print. What was that? Oh.
And then that's it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you're all caught up.
You know, you wouldn't be celebrating your 11th anniversary with Cassian Andor, but we are so delighted that you are. And
Mama
you know,
Cass.
I'm curious from your perspective, what do you think it is about the character that fans gravitate towards?
He died.
Oh my God! I'm glad you asked that because I do think there's something very special about Cassian, and we owe it completely to Rogue One. You know, Rogue One was a film that was meant to be different, that was meant to pay attention to characters that we normally don't pay attention in this universe. You know, and I think that's what
they all live.
what makes that film so
Running on the
important
beach
and
that was
relevant
never shown in the movie.
and different
They
and
showed it.
unique because it's about the people.
Not
It's
gonna
about
lie, I
those
was
who
on
look like
PCP throughout
us,
that
you know,
whole
in
smoothing
Star
process.
Wars. Yeah.
Yeah. You said what?
The drugs
I
were
mean,
So not gonna lie.
there's
I was on
amazing
PCP
characters
the
in
whole
Star
time
Wars.
shooting Rogue
There's
One.
these
I
all
can't
these
believe this is
fantasy
happening right now.
universes,
Right.
but then there is the
Despite
people,
this, he was
you know,
6
and
years old.
behind the revolution, behind the rebellion,
I was
there's people,
microdosing during first season of
regular
this show
people
too.
like us, you know.
Where am I right now?
And we really wanted to
My
commit
agent said
to
this is the
these
last time I have
characters
to do this.
and to tell the story
For real.
of these people when there's no Jedi's around, you know, and
Jedi, you fucked
and,
up.
and Andor goes even
There's no
deeper,
Jedis
you
around.
know,
That's it. I'm out of
into
here.
that kind of like
It's not even true.
Like at all.
Personal.
well,
Like
it
while
is-
this is going on,
it
Rebels
is a
is
beautiful
happening right
I
now.
would say Ezra and
uh,
Kanan are
you know,
literally in the
behind
galaxy
an
during
That's the
this
only
like
reason that they
these,
could get the
there
whole
is
thing
people we
off is
forget
because the
about
Empire's
that
distracted.
were crucial.
Shit, doesn't
You know,
Hera
that were crucial.
and
And
Chopper
this
show
show
up
is
in
about
Rogue
that people.
One?
This show is about what
Yes.
makes them decide to.
The Hera
to
gets mentioned
sacrifice
and you see
everything for this
Chopper.
cause.
Yeah, you see.
Diego
Uh,
Luna doesn't know what the
I think
fuck
the
he's
beauty of
talking about.
Cassian is that he's a guy that you
They were in the
you
background,
might
man. I
not
was
even
so
see.
jacked.
You know, and then when
I
you
had no idea
realize
where
how
I was.
important he was, how important
Right.
his community was, how important you know, all
I'm
of
hearing
those
him
who
talk,
decide
and
to
I'm
take
thinking
that
they should do a
last
Cheech and
mission,
Chong remake, and he should star in it.
how important they are for,
Man, you
for
had no
this,
idea,
the
wow.
whole story of this galaxy. You know, I just like, I mean.
Hey.
I just think it's when Star Wars is talking to us, you know, straight at your eyes, telling you, "Hey, you can be part of this," you know.
Yes, and it's saying everyone
Or
is
like
important.
All Dogs Go to
And a
Heaven,
little bit
the
of,
Chihuahua.
I think, life imitating art here.
Yeah.
There's an amazing crew
Hey,
behind the
man.
scenes also working to put Andor season 1 and season 2
Welcome.
together, and Rogue One. You know, it takes a village to get those off the ground. I'm curious, when you reflect back, do you have any kind of
I respect him
visceral
more as an actor now.
memory of the difference between how you felt on day one on set for Rogue One versus final day on set for Andor season 2? You know, saying hello to this character in a really big way, and then, you know, saying goodbye to Cassian.
Yes, it's gonna be long. No, because I mean, the first day I was like, I had to be pinching myself. I couldn't like be a professional actor. You know, I was just going like, shit, look at
There's
this.
fucking astronaut.
My
Drugs
God. And there was no way
I can't
to tell
believe the mouse
friends,
paid for all
you
this
know.
cocaine.
Obviously, no phones or cameras allowed on set. And I was supposed to be like,
Shut
you
this
know,
man
concentrate
up,
and
bruh.
be telling a story.
God.
And I
I was
was
supposed to
just
be
like,
focused like
shit,
this, and I
this
was
is
over
happening,
here.
and it's real.
I was over here
And,
the whole
oh my
time.
God.
Now I want to make a
The way
remake
they look
of
in
a
film,
Pablo
you know?
Escobar movie.
It's like
Oh my
it's like acting in
God.
But we're
theater.
going to use real
Everything is
cocaine
there.
for
You
the
can
scenes
touch it,
now.
you feel it. You
I have
interact
Disney
with those
money.
things, you know.
Get your
So,
boy, sis.
not even the first day of shooting, the first show and tell.
No one's
of the
here.
props, you know, and you go there and you
Oh,
interact
that's
with
hilarious.
what's going to be your blaster, your belt, your all the equipment you're going to have access to, and you're like, this
Do you
is
think-
How is this?
insane.
How is
Like
this
a
real
spoiled
life?
child, you
Star
know?
Wars
Imagine
Celebration,
your-
420, and
your
Easter
parents
all
saying
on the
yes
same
to
day.
everything you say on Christmas.
Right.
That's the feeling, you know. Like, no,
You
I
had
mean,
no
I
response.
even
I
think
had
about
26
that, how
to be
blasted
born.
everybody
They
is.
I
fucked
had
up
the 20
scheduling
toys
it
in front
around
of me, you know, and
everything
That's because
works.
Diego is
his eyes
blasted right
blasters?
now.
You know,
What
like
the fuck
blasters,
is
they
he
give you a
talking
kick,
about?
They make a noise, you know, every
Yeah,
time you pull
brother.
the trigger.
The
It's
blasters
like-
make a noise.
It's just like
It goes.
suddenly it's happening, you know.
You wouldn't
So
believe
I
it,
had the
man. You
feeling
squeeze the trigger,
of
these
going
things do
back to
stuff.
my childhood, you know, of being back into that fantasy world that amused me, and having a lot of fun, basically. That was the first day. Then things got more and more complicated, and obviously, I mean, I reminded myself I was getting paid and I needed to deliver.
Shut the fuck up, yo.
But
And
yeah.
you did.
I tried at least. I tried. I promise. But
Oh,
I tell you
wow.
what my last day of shooting was. It was like my last day of shooting Andor season 2, right? It was like going back to that first moment, going back to the kid. I
said,
was
"No, man,
doing
you shoot it,
some
you don't smoke
piloting
it."
that we had some special shots that we had for that beginning. You guys saw yesterday, you know,
Does anybody have any
in that
Visine?
prototype when I'm trying to fly that thing, and I was there in the cockpit on top of a gimbal, a little thing that actually moves. You know, so you turn right and it moves right, left, down. If you get hit, it shakes. You know, you're
God
like
damn,
basically
somebody's
in
gonna
a
clip this and
Disneyland
fucking do
ride,
something
you
with
know.
it.
Oh, I hope they do.
And playing there by myself, dressed like the pilot with
Playing
everything,
by
pushing
himself.
buttons and flying
Wow.
this thing. And that was my last day.
damn.
It was a full day in the cockpit, you know, by myself, going back to like, yeah, that thing of, like, saying goodbye to
You're
this
like an
toy,
eyeball
this
with Mexican
gigantic
on the
toy I
side.
Dude,
had.
who
the
fed this dude some
opportunity
bad
to
blowfish
play with,
before
you know?
this interview?
It was beautiful.
They're
It
in
was a
Japan.
beautiful way
He must
to
have had some
close.
bad blowfish.
And then you asked me about the team, and I do want to
Back
talk
to
about
your
the
original
team,
question.
because yes, I think we talk very little about what's behind, you know, the amount of people working in a show like Andor. It's incredible, you know, the amount of designers that are sitting down making choices that then you see and
The amount
and you
that
take
was
for
given to
granted,
me.
but there's the work of someone behind each element on the screen, you know. We work with
Indeed.
the best
A la
people in
madre.
costume, the best
Oh, I
people in
thought they
every costume. Like, it doesn't matter where it is on the frame, you know. If it's in the background, out of focus,
Doesn't matter where
I
it's
thought
been.
they
The
were-
Starsberry
there,
stays
I
it's
thought
very
they had
different.
aerobash
It
going
looks
across the
amazing,
bottom
and
of the
that
screen
has a
in
lot of work
Japanese.
behind, you know. So it's all the costumes, it's all the sets, it's all the props, it's every look, you know, every makeup design, every hair design takes time, takes a lot of time.
We're all
It's
going to
2
hell.
years and a half for us to do one season, you know.
Lord,
One season,
forgive me and my
yeah,
friends for our
basically
sins.
I mean, what you saw
Why
yesterday
did it
is
actually
months
look
of
like
work
that, though?
for us, you know. For you to see
It
45
totally
minutes.
did. I'm like, what are they showing us?
Well, and this season is very much.
No, I
we
gotta
get
get
all
my
the
Arvish
applause. We get
translator
all
out.
the attention. We come out and you guys go nuts, but you should go nuts for
go nuts. Ain't
those
that a
300 or
fucking Ewok,
400
man?
people working
Yeah.
on the shows you love, you know,
Well said. Well
because
said.
they
Julia.
care about what they
Yeah.
do like no one else.
Army.
Like we work with people that went to work every day really wanting to be there, you know. And one beautiful thing about Andor is that the team of the second season is the same team we had on the first season. Everyone came back.
Yeah. That's phenomenal.
That doesn't happen often, eh? Like people repeating in a show. That means you
Fuck,
care.
that was
Diego
funny.
That
Luna
means
like
you had a
a
great
star
time. That
before
means
Rogue
what
One.
you're working on represents
I don't know what he did
as an
before Rogue
artist,
One.
as audience
think he
too.
was-
Smoked a lot of weed.
And
this
Andor,
week.
you
I would
know,
say he
created
might have
that-
been on
that kind of
Narcos, and
family,
I
that
only-
community
Yeah,
that came back, you know. And I want to send, my love to all of them, because you made these 6 years of my life beautiful. You know, I was around people that inspired me
God
every
over
day.
here, the obsession.
Oh, well
They
said.
clowning you.
Shit's funny, man.
Diego, before we let you go, I know how much
He was in Narcos.
you love to speak directly
He was,
to the
right?
fans.
Yeah.
And how
Narcos
important
Mexico.
the fans are to you. So is there any message that you would like to share with the fans gathered here and also watching live from home?
Eso.
I thought that's where we were joking
One
about
thing
him.
I said
No,
yesterday,
it's even better now.
I think I've been saying every time I get a microphone, but I'm shocked about the number. You know that 125 countries, 125 different cultures
Well,
are
apparently he's an
represented
executive producer
in
on The
this
Boys Mexico.
celebration.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, that's a new TV
And we take
series.
that for granted, but it's a beautiful, beautiful example to the world of what we can do, when we get together, when we decide there's something in common we all have, and we celebrate our differences, but we find
We sit
what
in a
connects
circle and
us.
pump up
It's
pass.
beautiful to belong
No,
to such
yeah.
a diverse community,
He did a
and,
lot of cocaine in Narcos.
And
can't get over his
you've been
voice, dude.
amazing all
It's
these
killing
years
me.
for us. One thing you have to know is that this energy inspires us. This energy is a beautiful reminder of what we have to put behind every day of work in anything that has to do with Star Wars. For us in Andor, your energy was
His
a
energy
reminder
is the
that
Force,
you
and I
care.
like the
So we better
Force.
get
He
it
is
right.
all
So
about
thank
the
you.
energies today.
Thank you for your love and support, and I hope you're proud of this second season. I hope you enjoy it. I hope
wait.
you
I'm looking forward
connect
to
and
it.
feel for these characters.
I hope you feel the same energy
and
that
I
I
hope
feel.
to see you again one day. Thank you so much.
We love it.
He's great.
He is.
But yeah, his accent is funny. It can be fun.
No, that was probably that's like the best part of tonight's show.
Fucking
That shit was
Arvish.
hilarious, dude. Fuck, he had me dying.
Thank you so much for that, Diego. I know
It
this
hurts.
crowd cannot wait to see Andor Season 2, April 22nd on Disney+.
We're in Japan. You know that shit is legal
the
here,
episode
man.
premiere, not for the faint of heart. Very exciting. But thank you so much for joining us today at Star Wars Celebration Live. And we have so much more coming, so stick around. But one more round of applause for Diego.
Bye, Diego.
Thank you.
God damn, that was funny.
Oh, you got freaking sake bombs. You should see what I got in my trailer, man.
Who said sake bombs? Oh shit, they're gonna give him a t-shirt cannon?
Oh, there's that blaster again.
This is the one that I used in the show, right? Like, show me how to put. What do you pull the trigger? Come on, man. You were in Narcos. Come on. You definitely shot somebody in that show. Orale.
What is he doing?
Shooting t-shirts. What did he give him, a TIE fighter? Yeah, that's what it looked like. So when everybody comes on stage, gets a special gift?
Yep.
I'm here at the Roosevelt's booth with John. Y'all always have some amazing shirts and releases. What do you got for Star Wars Celebration?
We have a lot of really fun exclusives. We actually only brought exclusives to the show. Yeah, we have this beautiful woodblock Japanese traditional style samurai Vader jacket, satin jacket that is going really fast. We also have a couple of really awesome exclusives up here. Again, we tried to really stick to Japanese culture. We have some awesome 8-bit video game shirts over here.
Yeah, Matt can't get down on that shit. Looks dope too.
Kazumori, who's going to be signing tomorrow, did a Luke versus Vader shirt right here. So everything here we have to sell. It's not coming back with us. It'll never be sold online. So that was a special thing that we wanted to make sure we kept here in Tokyo.
Wow. Roosevelt's came to play.
Yeah. Only exclusives here the whole weekend. So.
Listen, you have to come by. Listen, you have to come by Roosevelt's for 2 reasons. Number one, these shirts are amazing and they are going fast. And I know that jacket for sure is like selling out at the end of every day.
Yeah, we only have a few jackets left, so come now if you want to try and get the last couple that are left. But yeah, that was the hot one for this year.
But also the second reason you need to come to Roosevelt's is any of these shirts that are left over legally need to be thrown into the ocean where they will be eaten by whales. And it's not good for the whales.
Yeah, I don't think the whales would.
You said you're not selling them online, Dick.
They can't digest it. So, you don't want whales eating our shirts.
No. So if you were on the fence and you were like, I don't know if I should buy the Roosevelt shirt, think of the whales is what we're saying.
Think of the whales.
Yeah. Where do they come find you?
Hall 4. We're at Hall 4. Come find us. We're right in the corner, right by the Twin Sun stage. So hope to see you soon. And thank you guys for supporting us.
Oh, thank you, John. Yeah. Take care, man. Everyone walking around Star Wars Celebration today all have many little art prints hanging around their necks. Yes, they may be referred to as badges, but when they are covered in amazing art like this, they are both the artist, Takumi. Please welcome him to the stage. And Zen.
Yeah, you better clap.
Welcome, you two, to Star Wars Celebration Japan. Is this your first celebration?
Yeah, it's our first celebration. Yeah, for him, for me. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Are you enjoying it, Takumi? How is it?
本当に最高の場所を楽しんでます。ありがとうございます。
Yeah.
Subtitles.
He's been enjoying this, and then most importantly, seeing all the fans.
Yeah.
Like having a badge under your chest, and then he's so much honored, and then it's now
You didn't
his
say all that
dream
just now,
come
man.
true.
We're talking about tens of thousands of people wearing your art
Said
around
like
there.
3 syllables.
yes, yes.
That's pretty amazing. And you you all had kind of a long journey getting this art to Lucasfilm that was very personal for the both of you. You came up with Star Wars, yeah?
Yes. Starting from him or?
Yeah, from either one of you.
Okay, so well, it's kind of a story that how we both of us get into this Star Wars. Of course, like everyone else, we are Star Wars fans since I was born. Of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then my father was a huge fan of the Star Wars. And then
Of the Star
our
Wars.
main business is automotive.
Okay.
And then, but since it's a family business, so one time my father passed away in 2023, September 2023. But
What up, Kate?
one time I asked him before he passed away, what would you like to be if you're not was born under an automotive family group? He said that, Zen, I want to be a movie director. And on which kind? He's like a Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
And then, every single chemotherapy or the treatment, he always wore the Lucasfilm cap.
That's right.
All the time.
That's right.
Yeah, so.
She's wearing the cap right now. That's Dad's cap.
Yeah, that's my dad's hat. Yeah.
That's the lucky
My
hat.
fiance Kaya wears that, so that's his cap. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And he wore that. He wore that all the time.
Yeah, all the time. And then, when this project came in, I got news from Lucasfilm through Disney Japan. It was just a week before he passed. And then that was my very last conversation with my father, was that how could we entertain fans with Takumi's art, right? And then he told me that then I may not be able to see how happy fan could be, but I'll leave the torch to you. Do your very best with Takumi, make this badge art the best and the most, and then I will see all of your guys' smiles from somewhere up there. That's what he said.
So he always wanted to work with Lucasfilm, and you got to tell him that you were going to work with Lucasfilm before he passed. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And and you did deliver. This art is beautiful. Takumi, you've done such an amazing job. it's beautiful because it is a balance of traditional Japanese art and your own sort of more of a pop art style. How did you create these badges and come up with the style for these?
どういうふうな形でそのバッジを作ってきたかっていう
あ
日本語で
そもそも「スター・ウォーズ」っていうのはやっぱり日本の文化からの影響もありますのでもともと親和性が高いということは言えると思います。で、それぞれのキャラクターを日本風にするときに、どの時代のどの装飾が合うのかっていうことを考えて一つ一つデザインしていきました。はい。
So from the very first time, he believes that Star Wars and ukiyo-e complement each other for sure, because all you may know, because ukiyo-e is often noted for like a drawing style, very catchy, but ukiyo-e is all about storytelling. Combining all the color composition, even the motif, color, everything. So more than drawing style, ukiyo-e is all about to express story.
Yeah.
As well as Star Wars universe. So he picked that from the very first, and then he do a journey for the entire Star Wars, each character, what kind of story behind of the character, their own background, and then he trying to put everything with a scheme so you can enjoy all the details.
Yes, and they really do. Each one really does tell a story about those characters. My personal favorite one is the Mon Mothma, and what I love, you saw the Mon Mothma one, right? It's beautiful. And one of the things that I love about it is, she's holding up the scroll, but her eyes are not looking towards you. Right? She's very clearly looking away, like she has a secret, like she's hiding something. And noticing those little details in this has been absolutely wonderful to see. So I think you all did an amazing job. How do y'all feel about it?
Thank you.
これ言っていいかわかんないですけど、モンモスマに関して言うと、彼女が見ているデススターの設計図は、江戸時代に描かれた天体図をモデルにしてます。
Okay, so in order to respect, combining it, the Momosma story and then ukiyo-e. So the one actually it's a sky map from the Edo era. So
she's got the scroll
exactly,
out.
Exactly. So we kind of came up with a story that, okay, this sky map from the Edo era can be the map of the Death Star.
That's amazing.
So.
All the little details come together. Which one do you both have your favorites? Which one when you looked at it?
You should ask him first.
Yeah? What is your favorite?
僕はやっぱりそのレイロの
Leia? Yeah.
もう好きですし、あとはやっぱベイダーですかね。はい。ベイダーは僕がもっと幼い子供の頃から浮世絵風に描かれたダース・ベイダーの絵っていうのはたくさん目にしてきたんですけど、僕はどうも納得があんまりいってなくて、いつか自分で描きたいなと思ってたので、本当に一番楽しい仕事でした。
Yeah, he's seen a lot of Vader depicted in ukiyo-e style as a fan art, but he always has been dream of, okay, one day I will draw Darth Vader in my own style to make it the very best, and then now it's happening. So
that's amazing. Congratulations. Well, listen, this art is unbelievable. It's on badges. If you're here at the show, it is also available at the Celebration store as prints. It is available as pins. You should really go check it out. Zen, Takumi, thank you so much for everything you've done for this year.
Thank you. So
it's
let me,
really beautiful.
Anthony, let me deliver the last message to you all.
Yes.
Like I explained to you earlier, ukiyo-e is all about a storytelling. So we always talk about how this story of our project, the badge art, ends. It's now, because only with the artwork, this journey cannot be ended, right?
Yeah.
So now, all the force gathering in here, all the smiles, all the excitement, your energy we got from here. So I need to thank you all that to complete this journey. Thank you.
Amazing. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you as well. You guys are absolutely wonderful. And you know, every hero needs a sidekick. Every captain needs a mate. Every dinner needs a side dish on a slightly smaller. You wrote rhyming couplets into this for me to read, AJ. How dare you? Let's join Anthony Daniels, Ahmed Best, and Alan Tudyk on the celebration stage to hear about the heroic sidekicks of Star Wars. I'll get you, AJ. Thank you, guys. Zen and Takumi, everybody.
I hear people I know, I come back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chopper?
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Elliot. Thank you, Gabrielle. Hello, Star Wars Celebration.
Go.
Ahsoka.
How has Star Wars Celebration been for you so far? Yes.
Doesn't matter. Nice
This
lady.
is the energy I expect from Star
Yeah.
Wars fans. Like I said before, Star Wars fans are the best fans in the entire world. Give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, so thank you. I love you too. Thank you. This weekend has been so much fun, and I have a feeling this panel is going to be a lot of fun. Or should I say, here's where the fun begins.
Hilarious. Talk heavy.
So, the Star Wars story would not be what it is today without the beloved sidekicks, right? Sidekicks like C-3PO, Jar Jar, K2SO. Hey, and even Ahsoka was a snippy sidekick before she got her own series, right?
Yes, sir.
So this panel
Rex.
is all about the heroic sidekicks of Star Wars, and the sidekicks are going to take center stage. So we have an amazing panel today. Let's hear it for our panelists, starting with Jar Jar, Ahmed Best.
The boost.
Next we have K2SO. Let's hear it for Alan Tudyk.
Where's L33?
And last but certainly not least, the icon, the legend. Let's hear it for Anthony Daniels, C-3PO.
Right, you were R2's sidekick, sucker.
Well, welcome, gentlemen.
Sidekicks? Yeah, let's
Gotta do some sidekicks.
Does that mean they're calling Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and Anakin sidekick?
Do you know who had the biggest part
I
in
don't
the
know about
Star
that.
Wars film?
Snips
Seems
being
like the main
sidekick.
character
anybody
of
else?
Clone Wars, though.
Who was that?
Well, when she first started off, yeah.
She definitely was at
So this
first.
sidekick thing just doesn't work. For
No,
me. So
main character energy
what are we
right
gonna,
there.
What are we going to talk about instead?
Hey, I agree with you. I did not name this panel, but this panel, we're bringing main character energy, aren't we?
Boom, boom. She heard you.
Baby.
Wow.
Valued partners, at least equals.
Okay, so truth talk, Ellen.
I think sidekicks
Your
have more
character
fun,
is dead.
right?
No one's seen Jar Jar
They
since
get
Revenge
to
of the
comment
Sith.
a lot on what's happening.
And what did C-3PO do in the sequel trilogy?
I think Jar Jar's in some of the
I don't
books
remember.
and Aftermath trilogy, but
And
C-3PO is still
And,
doing the
you know,
same
there's
thing
many
he
people
always
who
was.
don't understand
Right.
human behavior these
Being
days. It's all
annoying.
gone a bit crazy.
Yapping, talking.
Well, I want to bring it right back here to Star Wars Celebration. Anthony, you went to the very first Star Wars Celebration, didn't you?
Yes, with Dan Madsen in Denver, Colorado. Anybody there?
Did anyone go?
Yes.
Is
You
anybody
are my
alive?
brothers. Do you remember the rain and all that? The mud, everything? You are my brothers. That
It is
kind of
good to
Was
see
I
Eddie,
alive?
thing, those on
like,
some
still
Crispin's Day, and
around,
just raising the level.
For sure.
What year did he say?
Dan Madsen was
84?
given the job of producing
Oh,
the
no,
first
no.
show, and it was astounding. He did a great job of getting everybody together, and then the heavens just destroyed it. But that was the beginning, and here we are. How many years later? 20? Is it 20 years? No.
26 years.
Well, you do the maths anyway. But I understand that this show is the biggest so far.
All right, man. The stupid Easter bunny's
Of
gonna
course,
come
we are
tomorrow.
waiting for 2 years.
You out here?
Some of us may make it.
Yeah, CPO brought me down.
All right, man. We'll see you soon.
But it's great to see the energy that you all bring. And then you've got the
Peace.
energy of the, well, if we're not sidekicks, what are we?
I think
Wait,
we
it's
might
like we're
have
our own
that.
think
Friends.
Yeah.
So, what?
Happy friends.
Happy friends.
It's like we're
The communities.
Friends with benefit, friends without
You
benefit.
say.
Oh, here we
Anthony,
go.
you can't give away all of our secrets to all of these new people.
and this is when the panel went off the rails.
Yes.
Were we ever on rails?
No, we weren't. We weren't. So yes.
too
What
easy.
does Star Wars Celebration mean to you all? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've been saying this kind of all weekend. It's like, you know, and Anthony kind of
It means
alluded to
we
it.
need
Like,
more.
There's a lot of crazy going
Should
on in
be
the world,
bigger
and what's
when it
wonderful
is
is
in
we can all
Japan.
come together.
They have a lot of cool
as Star Wars fans
anime
and
and
share in this
vision
thing
stuff
that we
to look forward to.
absolutely
It seems
love.
like, but
And maybe
I want more.
individually in our own. And maybe individually
Yeah,
in
he
our
was
own worlds, in our own
so true.
homes, people look at us like we're, you know, a bit strange or a bit fanatical. But when we turn on these movies,
Is this
when
the
we
last
watch
day?
these characters,
Nope,
think so.
day
you know, we
Tomorrow?
are fortunate enough to
Yep.
share
Are you sure?
this experience of being
You're
in
probably
these
right. I
things
thought
and
it's only
se-
3
and
days this
sending
year.
them all to your
If I'm not
homes and
mistaken, I
your
want to
hearts.
say they're
But what
rocking
it
out
does
till
for all
Sunday.
of us is the same thing. It just unites us
Oh yeah.
all with
Wait, well,
this
it's already
idea of
Sunday there
hope
though.
and togetherness. And regardless
Shit, you're
of
right. Hold up.
all of the differences that we have in our opinions and in our
I think it
worlds,
is
we
3
all come
days because when
together
I
and
got
love
the
this
tickets, it was just
right?
3.
And what is
Yeah.
thing makes us
Noticeable for me.
Yeah, I think this is the last day. That's
Oh
what I'm saying.
damn,
Like,
that
Over
was.
the last few days, I
Oh
have
fuck.
met people
Okay, so that
from
was
around the world,
very
as have you. A lot
anticlimactic.
of Australians
yeah,
moving
that's
around
kind of what I'm
Middle-
getting
obviously
at. Is
Japan,
like,
Middle
not that
European,
it,
several Russians, and I'm
not that
pleased
it's not
to
cool,
meet
because
people
it's
who
definitely
are
a
still
cool
willing to come and
celebration.
join with us
To have it
in
at,
this
in
event.
Japan,
Absolutely.
20
Well, Star
years
Wars is a
after
universal language.
Revenge of the Sith,
It
for the
really
20
is.
year
If you think about it,
anniversary,
we might
it's
not all
like,
speak the same language, but we all speak Star
to
Wars.
get you guys
And
through
thank God we
in
have
a
a
movie
protocol
with Ryan
droid who can speak
Gosling
all
that
the
like nobody
languages.
knew about potentially,
Now,
or like,
Alan,
you
you're
know, there were
newer to
small
the Star
rumors
Wars
about,
world,
but that's,
relatively, if we're talking.
what
you
else
know,
did we really
from
get
from
at
our
the
Because-
oldest member
celebration
to
other
you
than
know
Maul?
you
We
joined
got
us the
Maul
most
too. That's a
recent.
cool thing.
What
That's a
has
really
it
cool
been
show,
like?
and that was my whole thing. Not to completely shut off this entire stream, but like,
You're fine.
Disney animation, and that's cool too. They're doing a 20-year anniversary thing for that.
I've
Yeah.
been to
I think you guys are doing some of the best work with Star Wars, and I get there's only so many of you,
Mm.
but you gotta flip and do more of it, because right now, like, there's not enough Star Wars shit coming out, and the animated medium is easily one of your best ones that you have available to you.
Mm.
And you can do so much with it. You literally look at this. You're doing a mall show. That's so creative and such a cool idea that you
preach.
have right there in front of you.
Preach.
You have stuff like Luke Skywalker that you could easily put in the same animation and tell stories about him during the time between the you know, episodes 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 9. Like, there's so much time in between that you could literally do a whole animated show, and it's just like they're sitting on all of this stuff and not doing anything.
With the leaks that I just gave you, if you choose to believe them, that they are doing that, but it'll be in live action down the line.
It just seems like they're taking such a long, slow route and giving us such, like, I'm not gonna lie, I loved some of the cool, like, Andor's awesome. Some of the other cool stuff that's come out lately, I liked Acolyte. I did. I think that, heck, there have been chants multiple times at the celebration where people have literally been chanting for a season 2. I'm down with it, but like, at the same time, let's like focus on this time period that you're trying to create with this Ahsoka and Mandalorian stuff. Like it seems like you're kind of doing it with the Mandalorian movie and Ahsoka season 2. Let's freaking focus all of our energy or a lot of our energy on that. And make sure that we make that as good as possible, because you have so much just sitting there, just like, oh, this so much great content that you could make right now, and you're just not making much. Or it's like, 6 to 8 episode seasons that we get 1 to 2 every 1 to 2 years, and it's like, let's just pick up the pace a little bit and make a little bit more content. I get your resources are limited, but like maybe get more resources then.
Maybe you need some more resources.
Maybe, man.
I don't know, man. I think they're rolling out content at the speed they can with what they have to work with. You can't oversaturate the market. The great thing about Star Wars versus Marvel is you can use more of the animation.
He's like, yes, he can.
But think about it. You only have so much studio space, right? Like that's part of the problem.
I get you have limited resources.
There's only so much computing power, right? Like there's only so much you can do with what.
There's only so many Dave Filoni's and Kevin Feige's or whatever you want to say.
Right. Well, but my point is like Star Wars, unlike Marvel, and thankfully is not like Marvel, they can do more in the animated space. Their animated space is more well received than Marvel's.
Until
right?
X-Men 97.
Somewhat, yeah.
That's the only one, though. That's the only one.
They've also had 20 years on to, give or take, probably closer to 15 on Marvel to perfect that.
Right, but my point is that not a lot of their animated stuff hits home.
What if was trash?
X-Men 97 did.
Well, that was for sure. That was actually a good one, and What If is very good too.
People like Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah, but I'm saying it doesn't hit mainstream the way that the Star Wars animation does.
Well, yeah, and they are making more of it than Star Wars.
They're just starting
so
to.
I get you on the oversaturated in a sense, but so I'm saying take the good resources you have and focus them on.
But it's just like the argument with games,
but
right? People don't understand, and this is what we go on about.
They're different.
No, they're not. They're just
a little bit.
No, they're not. They still have to be programmed and shot and edited the same way that movies do, right? People forget. I know. Oh, we need more movies. We need more movies. Cool. It took 3 months to shoot the main content. It's going to take.
It takes 5 years to make a video game now.
It takes 2 years to do CGI, to do all of this coloring and all of this stuff to make it look the way it does, and all of this. That stuff just takes time. You can't rush that stuff.
I know it does.
Right? Like it just takes time to make blaster bolts look the way that they're supposed to. It takes time to make the ships fly through space seamlessly, and make it look fluid. Like people's constant complaint is faster, more, faster, more, faster, more. And it's like, dude, it takes time.
Nice segue. Pull up that Star Wars Zero company real quick.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, that's just being in the industry and understanding these guys, like they're moving as fast as they can. I mean, honestly, the crew, you've heard what the crews have said about.
I get that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I get that they have so much resources. I just feel like there needs to be more people that are qualified for this.
But that's also part of the problem. Is that
not
no one is getting trained in epic gaming technology. No one is getting trained. Like this is part of a larger, and before we get into this goes to a larger systemic problem, right? That is not just about movies and games, but ultimately in our business there is a shortage of technicians and engineers because mentorship in our industry is a lost art form. Yeah. But aside from that, you're talking about a whole generation that just wants to be influencers. They don't want to go write code. They don't want to go make, do previs. Like I keep telling everybody's got kids. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you do? What do you like to do? What do you this? Go learn some fucking Unreal Engine. You want to make money to be free to do what you want to do? Go learn the Unreal Engine, because that's what the world is operating on. When they talked about the previs that Rosario was talking about, that's what they're talking about. Unreal Engine, building the entire scene in the video game capture device and showing the actors and the technicians and everybody how it's going to flow before you shoot it, so everybody has an understanding of how it's shot. So even if you want to work in television and movies, go learn the fucking Unreal Engine, because Disney bought Epic. It's not that hard to do the math. You want to be in television, go learn the Unreal Engine. You want to learn gaming, go learn the Unreal Engine. You want to get into this shit, go learn the Unreal Engine.
They put a Rancor to sleep.
She put a Rancor to sleep. He's a baby. I'm just saying, man. This is the shit that I'm talking about. That's all I'm saying. But to finalize my point, it's not that easy to fast forward time to make these projects.
Especially in today.
Correct. I love that logo.
Great logo.
When people talk about the Clone Wars, they talk about the big moments, the crisis points, planetary invasions, all-out assaults, cities bombed to rubble. Truth is, there's a war you don't see. The one fought in the shadows. The war beneath the war. A war that's won with the right strategy. Surveillance, ciphers, good old-fashioned sabotage. These aren't the heroes they tell stories about. They're professionals. Setting aside their differences to take on the impossible. But that's the job, and they get it done.
Hell yeah.
I have so many thoughts. Is this a phone game?
Turn-based strategy game coming to PS5, Xbox. If you go to day 2, they did a whole panel on it on day 2.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's different.
Hi, Lainey. Yeah, interesting. That looks like a strategy, like a phone strategy game they made for PC. Cool.
It's like they did a one back in the day called Galactic something. It's in
Galactic Heroes.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I keep telling people. The gaming isn't dead. You just have to have the right concepts to get it across, to get it to. But then again, then you make games like Hunters that doesn't hit, but then you make games like Rivals that does, right? So again,
say Outlaws.
I'm still working on Outlaws. In fact, I hear the DLC was great and upgraded a bunch of stuff.
That's coming out still.
No, but I mean, even the movement upgrades from what people are saying are way better. I need to get back in. I don't have the time.
Right.
But at the same time, you get games like Hunters that come out that's exactly the same thing as Rivals, and it just doesn't hit to where they're canceling the servers, and they're probably going to give the servers to Rivals because Rivals is working. So I mean, it's a tough sell on. I mean, I would love to. I don't even, like I said, I don't even care about money. I mean, give me 1% of whatever a game is going to make over the course of its life, and I'll take it and give the companies my idea. I don't care. I just want to play the game that's in my head, right? That's all I really care about. And everybody's like, oh, well, you know, they take 30% for this and 20% for this. I was like, do I get 5% at the end? Cool. Does my game get made? Even fucking better, right? Like, I don't care. I'm not a greedy person. I'm not one of these people that needs to have all the money, but like, this game looks cool and all. It reminds me a lot of like older Final Fantasy games from when we were kids, like that 8-bit Final Fantasy where you like pick your target, decide what you're going to do, and it kind of strategically destroy a map. There was a game I was obsessed with called Shining Force on Genesis that was basically the same thing, except it's mages and paladins and wizards and shit. And you know, pick the characters you're going to attack, and you go attack. This person can do from long range and stuff like that. So it seems very much a strategy-based game. Cool. I love it. I'm going to play it. We're going to stream it. It's going to be great. Sweet. But I wish that, you know, we could get more. I wish we could get more interactive. This is. I feel like anybody FIFA, Madden, NBA 2K. Okay, definitely. You guys are feeling more immersed, right, in the game. Like, you guys, it's getting to the point now where, I mean, we're on the brink of virtual reality basketball here, right? I mean, it's pretty immersive, and I feel like gaming has reached a point where Star Wars has fallen behind. Right.
You get to do that, though, since it is a turn-based strategy game. You get to customize your own team, and you form relationships like they do in Mass Effect. Like, they didn't show everything, but yeah.
Right. Look, I'm down. I'm going to play. We're going to get down on it. But my point being is that I feel like Star Wars, look, you bought a big gaming company, right? You bought Epic Games. You bought this big gaming company, or at least a majority stake in it. You're using it for more than just a gaming system, which is great, which is what you should be doing. But at the same time, you could be doing more.
Yeah.
Right. And you could be making it easier for games to get made, not harder. Right. And I understand you want to control the flow of what kind of concept and games and technology get used out there. But at the same time, having more creative meetings, right? Like, as silly as it sounds, there should be almost, I don't know if you guys remember this. These are fucking old people terms, but like job fairs. And like, you know, science fairs where you take your ideas, and there's companies out there that are looking for ideas, and they come to look at blah, blah, blah. The same thing should be held for these video games. Concept art driven. If you can get a prototype up on a model, great. Even one level of a game that people can come check out. It's such a cutthroat environment, and there's nobody wanting to put money in it unless it's going to be mobile. And
we should just do this for shows too, because it's almost back to what I was saying. Like, I get that there's limited resources and shit, but let's use the resources that we can. And if people want to bring resources to your ideas, like,
right. But the problem with the shows, even with the games, the problem is the lack of ability. It's not lack of want. It's not lack of money. It's not lack of anything other than the ability to make it happen, because there's not enough technicians that know how to do this. That's the real problem. The amount of people that know how to shamook is a very finite number. You know what I mean? Like, that type of talent goes across the board when we're making these shows. So it's hard when there's two guys in the world that are great at shamooking, and they're literally tied up in a Disney dungeon, fucking Star Wars and marveling it out, right? It's tough when those are the guys that we have to rely on, and they're so backlogged doing stuff that they can't catch up and make project, right? Because we demand
kind of the same thing with the games, though.
But we demand it is because there's not enough technicians.
That's
what I'm saying. Because nobody
mentors
mentors and cares about what's coming in the future, right? But we go back to it. You get to this. You can't make this content fast enough for people because we don't have the people to make the content fast enough for us. And so there's this disconnect, and that's why content look, everybody wants Leia, everybody wants Luke, everybody wants all these nostalgic characters. Guess what? You need Shamook to do those, right? To do them properly the way you guys want to do them. Yeah, animation would be easier, right? Or recast, right. But recasting opens a wide door of reprisal and shit that you don't want to deal with, right? So ultimately, shamooking right now is the hook. there's only one or two guys that are doing it in the industry right now that do it properly, right?
That's why you just gotta do animation, and even if you recast, who cares? They already recast Matt Lanter as Anakin back in the day instead of Hayden Christensen. So
yeah, again, animation is a completely different gambit that they can walk, right? And that, but they're making decisions to do that, and it seems like they are with the visions, especially with the Vision studios.
Sure, and that's cool that they're using different Japanese animation studios and stuff, and that's like honestly.
But you want canon, you want canon animation.
Yeah, and like cool.
That Clone Wars animation.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. It's awesome. I'm awesome. Like. Go with the MAUL stuff, please. Let's get a whole like 3 or 4 seasons of it.
Yeah.
But also, we need to freaking train more people so that we can also do a Luke Skywalker or another show while you're doing that. And like, I get they were trying to do that with like at the beginning when they were doing Rebels, and then eventually they tried to do Resistance. But Resistance was also in a time period that not a lot of people knew. There's not a lot of, I guess, like. I don't want to say interesting characters because there's some really cool and interesting characters in that show, but there's not a, Ezra or an Ahsoka kind of a character in that show comparatively. And it's also like aired right at the same time that, Last Jedi did, and the whole fandom went into Capuzzi at the time. But it's like, what I'm trying to get at is like, they need to do more in the animation side because that's been a very successful side of things. And right now they're cutting it to these 20-minute, Tale of the Underworld and MAUL seasons. And it's like, these are awesome, especially with the MAUL thing, but we need to do more of that. Like not just 3 episodes of these characters. We need to do whole seasons. Like you guys are limited. Like that's the thing. It feels so limited to these 6-8 episode seasons all the time too. It's like, why? I get you're only getting so much money and like budget for these shows and such, but it's like, why are we limiting them to 6 to 8 episodes?
I agree with that. I agree with you on that.
It's such
on that front.
bullshit. Like give us more. Like that's not enough content to tell a full story.
It's not. It's more like because if we do give you 9 episodes the first season, then we'll give you 10 episodes the next season. That's just the way it is now. Like back in the day, you get like 20 episodes a season, but it's not like that no more because Disney Plus is on some different limited time. Let's make it into a movie show type shit.
Yeah, that's also part of the problem. Look, we used to do seasons. In fact, I just went back and watched the longest running sci-fi show in American television was Supernatural. That show did 15 seasons, nonstop, no spinoffs, just straight that show. And they did some really long seasons, and they were back. They started back in the time where you did do 22 arc seasons, right? And so that's part of why they. I mean, of course, the story ran its course, but that was an oddity. That was something, a relic of a bygone era. Now 8 episodes because so much money gets tied into the extra art that it takes and the extra technology that it takes to make these shows. So I agree with you. I would like to go back to a 15 episode arc. I would like to go back to a 22 episode.
And I get that might not be
But that's also
ideal,
why George Lucas went bankrupt. Like, let's be honest.
100%. A 10 to 12 would be perfect, though. I feel like 6 to 8 is where they're giving us half of what they should be.
12 is the minimum I think you should do, but that's also why George Lucas went bankrupt. He made 28 episode seasons, and that's in a time when he was selling it to Cartoon Network, and it was not selling and doing well on that kind of platform. And so let's be realistic. That is also why Disney bought Star Wars, because George wanted to do it right, and the networks don't want to, and they should, because they have the money to do it, right? You do have the money as the mouse to do it. You would make the fandom much happier, and you keep people on Disney Plus longer instead of 6 to 8 episodes. You would have people on for 3 months and to 6 months instead of 1 month to 3 months, right? So, yes, it would cost more money, but I think at the same time it would bring more revenue in the end, just because you have people's eyeballs on your app longer.
You'd be making better content,
and potentially better content. Longer doesn't always mean better. There are shows that went far too long that could have quit way before.
To also argue with that, if you're telling me a couple more episodes of The Acolyte wouldn't have maybe been a difference between a season being canceled and a potential season 2, I think it fucking give us the extra 2 episodes.
I think canceling it is dumb.
Oh, so stupid.
But at the same time, if they're smart enough to use it as a platform, like the Acolyte is the first step in the journey of a Sith, then you go to the next show is called Apprentice, right? Or something along those lines, and you follow those two into the next stages of being, Plagueis' apprentice and finding out you're the apprentice of apprentice, right? Those kind of stories that would make the non-succession season 2 of the Acolyte make sense. And that's what, if it was me in Kathleen's position, if it was me in Favreau's position, that's the story I would tell. People are expecting Acolyte to be the story of the Sith, the darkness than this. In all actuality, this could just be the breaking off point. This could be the starting line, and the Acolyte is just the first lap of the Siths. You have to become an Acolyte. You have to find the hate in order to become an apprentice. And then when you become an apprentice, I become a master, and we go kill my master.
Well, apparently the horror story Tony Gilroy was hinting at is going to be the Plagueis Stranger special presentation horror thing they're doing.
But that's kind of what I'm getting at, is that they should use the Acolyte if you feel like you can't go with a season 2 of this story, right? The story of May and Osha, the story of the birth of hatred in somebody that will become a Sith. If you use this as a breaking off point to show how even a person of great love and heart can turn and become an agent of evil, the Acolyte could be the starting off point and only the first lap in the journey to become a Sith master, in which case the next show they do where Chimere kills Osha at Plagueis' behest to prove his loyalty, that could start the Apprentice show. Give us 10 episodes of the Apprentice of Plagueis and the wars of the apprentices, and then eventually he dies too to make way for Tenebris, right? Like there is I'm sorry,
I would say Palpatine.
Palpatine. I'm sorry, I was going backwards.
Season 2 could be Palpatine kind of
right.
thing.
Not even season 2. We would end the apprentice. We would end the apprentice stage, right, with season 2 of showing how you become an apprentice, and then boom, Sidious becomes the apprentice by killing the other apprentices that nobody knew about, right? That Plagueis had several apprentices, and then you get into the Master or the Sith Lord, and that's season 3 of the Acolyte, showing how Sidious kills his master to become the Sith Lord. And you use these 3 shows as a trilogy of show instead of a succession of series. That would be the way to continue this shit. Holy fuck! Did I just come out with a fucking great story idea or what?
See,
that was off the bottom of my balls. Are you kidding me?
Cut the check.
That's great.
How are you coming up with better show ideas than Lucas?
Did that not just come out of nowhere and make total fucking sense?
Yeah, that sounded pretty solid.
That was fucking dope.
Yeah.
I just came out of the bottom of my butt crack. Holy crap. That was awesome.
And that's what I'm getting at, though, is how are you creating these ideas that are already better than half of the stuff that they're coming up with and making right now?
Oh, that's what fans tend to do.
And I get that.
But that's how fans become Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
Right? That's how Jon Favreau became Jon Favreau, is he was a fanboy to George Lucas, and then one day George was like, damn, I like your storytelling. Let's tell stories together. And then they're like, cool, we telling stories. And now they're just fucking flopping around telling Jon Favreau stories.
Friends?
Yeah. Are we best friends? Yep. Right. And then now we're just telling Jon Favreau stories. And okay, so I guess I want to close out the night of Star Wars Celebration, because I don't know how many more hours they're going to do of this celebration.
On the sidekick shit? Oh God, no.
But I'm not interested in the sidekick shit. Although I love all the people on that stage, I'm not interested in hearing the conversations of sidekicks. Yeah. However, I do want to talk about, before we close out, I do want to talk about the, oh no, I don't like that. Oh shit! It was something that came out this weekend at Celebration. Oh shit! I think I lost it.
Ryan Gosling.
No, it's not the awful Gosling show.
Movie.
It's not the MAUL show. Damn, it was something good too. But
Ahsoka
with
season 2.
Mando, Grogu.
No. It was probably something ridiculous. That I just can't. No. It was completely probably off the beating path. I don't know.
Andor, I think, is got that episode count locked in. I think it's 12, right? And that's that's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what their episode count's going to be. I'm eager to see the time jumps. Same thing with Underworld. And that's the first thing we're getting. So the first thing we should be most excited about in 2 weeks is the Underworld premiere. We're going to get the Asajj Ventress and Cad Bane story, which I think are 2 stories that are great. I know Sheev has not gotten around to watching the last season of Tales.
Tales
I think
of
you should
the Empire.
Yeah, I think you should definitely get down on that because the Barriss one was really good. I could have
watched Barriss ASAP.
I could have gone without the other.
Yeah, and I've seen the
to be
first
honest.
episode of Morgan Elsbeth.
Yeah, I could have gone without Morgan Elsbeth, but Barriss's was poetry in motion.
I didn't watch Morgan to save my life.
And then now that we got these two, the Cad Bane story, I'm interested to see the time jump.
It's the only one that takes place in that. That's how you get your Luke show, because Morgan Elsbeth does take place post Return of the Jedi to tie in with Ahsoka. So
true.
There's your Luke era show, right?
Well, and on top of that, we're gonna and with what we've seen from the trailers so far, there's only speculation, but at the same time, the underworld talk, Cad Bane, his story. I hope we get to see that iconic Boba Fett Cad Bane interaction. I hope they're rope-a-doping us with the trailers talking about you guys were friends and then they're dueling and they duel and they that's why Cad has to wear the mask. That's why Boba has a dent in armor. I hope we get to see that in this finally. I thought they were teasing us in Book of Boba Fett. I thought they were teasing us in a bunch of places to get that initial scene and they didn't give it to us. So I hope we get that in the Cad Bane. Either way, Cad Bane's arc is awesome. And then we get Asajj Ventress, and this is where it gets interesting because this is where it's probably going to boomerang us back. We were talking about this earlier before the stream. This is going to be the story all about how my life got turned upside down. So this is going to be the story of right after Dark Disciple, from what I'm understanding.
It's supposed to show you how she survived that book.
Right. It's supposed to be at the end or after Dark Disciple, which means that's the Quinlan Voss story, which means that could lead us to the path. That's why she has this kid potentially. Years go by in this story. So there's a lot of opportunity to lead us back to the Kenobi stuff where we see Quinlan's name on the path that Kenobi's talking about. Perhaps Asajj is saving this kid to put him on the path as an homage to or a last wish of Quinlan. So yeah, there seems to be a lot of opportunity for this show to. I really love how they're giving us missing puzzle pieces in these tales, right? These 15-minute shorts almost are so packed full of knowledge and information, right? That things that we've always had questions about. Now, this one, not so much. Elsbeth, not so much. Barriss, absolutely. Everybody always wondered what happened to Barriss.
Mm-hmm.
Right after the arrest and after the Empire, so we always kind of wondered there. That's a great one. You showed us several things in the first set with not so much the Ahsoka one. I was kind of hoping they were going to go more book than off book, but the Dooku one was amazing.
Yeah.
Who deleted the archives and who killed Yaddle? What happened to Yaddle? Those are 2 things that really came back to roost, so to speak, in animation in this that I really loved. So
hated it. Yaddle could have just left, but it's all good. Keep going.
You didn't like the Yaddle? You didn't like the Dooku Yaddle stuff?
I did not. I mean, I rewatch it because it's like the battle he had with her. Like it was epic. Don't get me wrong, but Yaddle could have survived. She was mission to Fallen Order. Dude had a crush on her. If she had just left the Order, That would have been.
If Palpatine had anything to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't dislike it only because I like the fact that they explained something that was, the one that I really want between us kids. The one that I really want is I want you to show me the Shak Ti. Right, I want you to show me Shak Ti's ending in one of these tales.
I think they canonized.
I've only seen that enough.
Her Clone Wars, George Kardyovsky Clone Wars rescue Palpatine scene.
There's like 70 canon versions of it.
Well, that's what I mean. There's several versions of
I'm
this.
going with the Star Killer one.
There's the Grievous. There's the Grievous. The Grievous one.
The
where
Anakin ones,
the Anakin
Star
one.
Killer one.
I think the Anakin one would be the most heart wrenching if you're going to do it.
No,
but
no more stabbing Shak Ti in the chest.
But I also feel like Grievous doing it is also kind of poetic, right? But
do not take Shak Ti out like a bitch. Let her fight.
But I mean, Anakin coming up from behind and giving her the old saber to the tummy doesn't really seem like a fit battle for a king.
I only like the Grievous one because it fits
it would
the
be
context
a fight.
of the. Well, yeah, it also fits the context of the fact that the Chancellor got kidnapped and nobody was there to protect him.
I would love to see that fight in a Tales, but then Palpatine pulls out his sabers and is actually the one that stabs her as she's beating Grievous.
That would be
right.
Sick.
And then that's why they're like, well, we haven't heard from Shak Ti since Grievous kidnapped the Chancellor. That's because the Chancellor's actually the one that Shak Ti. That would be the story that nobody saw coming. Damn, I'm on fire! I'm on fire!
It's a story already being. Bruh, did you guys watch the OG Clone Wars show?
Yeah.
Okay,
Tartakovsky, yeah.
She does rescue Chancellor Palpatine and Grievous.
Right. That's why I said that.
Okay.
Right, but that does that lie as canon is the question. We go back to this canonization stuff.
That's why they mentioned saying Shak Ti went to go rescue the Chancellor. That's why that line was in there to reference that show.
But she dies. So
she does not. Not in that battle. Grievous takes Palpatine away from her. He wrecks the fuck out of them. But
don't we see her die during the Order 66 scene? No.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to see her in a meditation temple get stabbed in the back by Anakin. I don't like that one either.
Yeah, no, fuck Anakin, fuck Grievous. Just let it be Star Killer, please. And that one, she at least.
I'm with it.
Yeah,
I'm with Sidious. I'm just saying, I'm on Team Sidious.
I already told him today. One of my big theories, probably not going to happen. There's like probably no chance that they
talk about it.
There's a whole Maul show, and literally at Celebration, Sam Witwer was talking about the show, saying that during Rebels and Clone Wars and stuff, he would be talking to Dave, and he'd be like, what if Maul did this? And Dave'd be like, yeah, that'd be great, but like, this isn't Maul's show, so we're not going to do that kind of thing. And then he's like, well, this is Maul's show, so we get to do that kind of stuff. And I'm okay.
This should lead to Tenebris, this should lead to his Twi'lek apprentice. This could lead us back to the sequels, right?
Yeah.
So Talon,
this could lead us to Talon,
and that's what it seems like.
Maybe it's not the Talon of the books. Right? Maybe it doesn't happen during the Luke era, during the Leia era, whatever. But even having it rebound back, wouldn't that be better?
Hell, bro.
Yes, but real quick.
Anyways, Talon was supposed to be in George's trilogy, and she was also supposed to be the one that was going to seduce Kylo in the leaked concept art. Talon was always playing. And in that lead concept art, titties was out and everything. So she was.
But my point is, now we're going to get a version of that, and it is going to be post. So this is going to be what Kylo Ren's child that gets seduced. Is this a Force Ghost pregnancy kind of situation here? Like, what are we? Where does Talon fit in? Is that Rey's new enemy? The sleeping apprentice of Maul comes back to roost the apprentice of.
Well, if you heard what the fuck I was telling you earlier about the other siblings, it'll be about Jaina and Luke's child dealing with Talon, not Ben.
Yeah, and so my question is this: is Mara Jade alive at this stage, or is she the dead on the hill on Octu, where he went to bury her after Kylo killed her in the heat of the night?
I don't think they're going to go with the graveyard thing. I think they're going to say that Mara Jade had Luke's secret son and hid away during the destruction of the temple, only because of the Zendaya casting.
Then where the hell she been all this time?
Filming the Odyssey, Oh, you're talking about Mara Jade. My bad. I was about to say Zendaya's busy. Yeah. Well,
I don't want Zendaya to be. God, I hate what Disney does.
Well, okay. So the original Hera voiceover actress, she wants to be an older Mara Jade, so you could have her. Okay. She could be the one that's watching
Star Wars. It's sacrilegious.
Yeah, the Starfighter. Make Ryan Gosling Luke's child. Why the fuck not? He looks like him. Yeah. See, yeah.
Oh my God, it's like.
Love for the Goss? No love.
I just honestly, it's the same problem I had with Trinity in. It'd be the same problem I'd have as Keanu as Revan. It's the same. I don't like. I like the way George used to do it, man. I like pulling. I like the sequel, pulling no name actors and then spicing it in with an Alec Guinness with an oldie. I don't like this. I don't like this. This Ryan Gosling, this Zendaya, this fucking need to Modern Family, this entire universe, this Christopher, who's my guy from Back to the Future?
Oh fuck!
Not Christopher Walken Closet, but Christopher Lloyd.
Now that was an entire
right. Lizzo, Jack Black. I don't need these people. Stop Disneying Star Wars this much. I don't care if you change some stories. I don't care if you decanonize. I don't care about these little story alterations. I don't care. I do not like it when you bring in the cast of the current hit shows or the hot actors of the day to put in Star Wars with their cameos or their lead characters. Jude Law sucked in Skeleton Crew.
It's about time somebody says something.
I say it out loud. I'll say it to the roof. I'll sing it to the rack. I'll say it to his face, dude.
Damn.
I'm sorry. He is an amazing actor. He is an iconic actor. Right? All I saw was the romance guy running around with a bunch of kids, and then when he yelled at the kids, I think he scared himself more than he scared the audience. Right? I just stop putting these A-list actors that all you see are these romantic comedy fucking movies, and this all I saw was The Holiday. Right? All I saw was the romantic interest in The Holiday, right? Like I get so sick of Rosario is an exception to the rule. Right? Because she just fit that fucking character, right? But they're gonna write a Mara Jade for Zendaya. Can't you just stay in Spider-Man, bro? Can't you just earn that Marvel money?
If Zendaya is cast, I
don't know. I feel like Spider-Man's going on his crazy
such. I think if Mara Jade
pandering, man.
Listen, if Mara Jade does come in, Zendaya would be a younger one, but for the current timeline, it would be an older actress.
Why even do it? Hire another young, beautiful woman to do it. Why bring Spider-Man's girlfriend to the Star Wars universe? This cross-pollination at Disney
in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, dude. I love her. She is an amazing actress. The shit she's done is great. I don't like this cross-pollination of Star Wars and Marvel. Just because they're owned by the same house does not mean they have to live on the same floor, right? Give your people some diversity. Stop bringing, dude, they're going to bring fucking Robert Downey Jr. into Star Wars eventually.
Remember when he was fantastic to be Thrawn?
But you know what I mean? Like I'm just so tired look, the Thrawn's character, great. Ahsoka, great. Hayden Christensen coming back, great. Ewan doing scenes, great. They picked great young actresses to portray Ahsoka in the show. Unknown actresses that have only done a couple things. They weren't huge megastars like Zendaya. Great. Stop hiring these people that are icons. If you live by one name, you shouldn't be doing Star Wars. I'm sorry. I hate to be a dick about it. If Madonna shows up on a Star Wars show, fuck right off. Okay? I'm sorry, dude. I hate to be that guy. I can't detach Trinity from that opening scene, especially with the wire work.
Well, she was only in the show for like 10 minutes.
That was Trinity, Jedi Trinity.
I'll go with him. I'll go with it. She didn't even take me out of that, but one of the worst episodes of The Mandalorian, undoubtedly, is the Jack Black and Liz.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely. It's how you use them, right? When those three showed up, you could tell, okay, that's Jack Black and Lizzo fucking around. But when Trinity was there, I could buy her as a Jedi. Like Samuel Jackson, you might as well throw him in there, and he's Mace Windu.
I had a hard time with that too. I'm not gonna lie. I had a hard time with that during the original come out because all I saw was "Give me my lightsaber, motherfucker!" Right? Like, I'm sorry, that was in the prime after Pulp Fiction. Like, yeah, you gave him his own color lightsaber because he has to. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just all this. All this. Did you hear Hayden Christensen going, "Hey, Darth Vader needs a different kind of suit. Can I make it a different color or something?" No, motherfucker, it's black. The suit is black, motherfucker. Shut the fuck up, right? Like, I'm sorry. I get so tired of this Hollywood pandering, and it sucks because it brings this negative energy the same way that all of this negativity came to the Acolyte because these actors bring their bullshit baggage to a show. If a different actor had played May and Osha in that show and not had this activism personality, that show would have probably done a lot better, right? Because that baggage didn't come with her, right? There's so many opportunities to cast new people that have a passion for this universe, that lives, dies, and breathes this universe, instead of hiring an overpaid actor to come, like Gosling. How much that budget do you think he's eating? They're going to complain that it's a $300 million movie or show or whatever the fuck it's going to be, and then they're going to complain because they gave Gosling $100 million to do it, right? Let's be real. High-paid actors is part of that $300 million price tag. How many high-named actors were in The Acolyte? Okay, let's be real, dude. Those people eat up a large part of the budget, where if you get a no-name like John Boyega, Daisy Ridley hadn't done a lot, you get these low-level actors that'll come in for $1 million to play in this fucking amazing franchise, right? Instead of, how much did Trinity cost for that 15 seconds? $20 million? You fucking kidding me?
The Acolyte did have an overbloated budget, didn't it?
Because how many fucking named actors were there, dude? Seriously. Fucking Ewan's wife. Fucking Manny. Right? Like, there's so many high-priced, and then
or not Hunger Games, but you know what the fuck I'm talking. Squid Games, motherfucker.
I'm just saying, there's just people complain about these budgets, but they want a Ryan Gosling fucking movie. Get out of here, dude. Give that to a young, pretty actor that's coming out of fucking Maine or Minnesota or Boston or somewhere, anything, but some goddamn rich dude that just got done making an awesome movie about his stuntman. That movie was dope as hell. Right? I'm sorry. This is the one thing. I don't complain about Disney. I don't like shitting on the House of Mouse. I have an affection for Star Wars like most other people. This is the one thing that just fucking drives me nuts.
Your gears.
It does, because it didn't used to be like this under George's flag. George liked pulling people out of obscurity. Oh, you're the carpenter? I need an extra person in here. Fuck, that worked out. Let's hire this dude. Right? There's so many chances
I can use those skills.
Yeah, right? I'm just saying, there's so many actors that he made their careers on this franchise, instead of using these people to help make your franchise, right? That's the difference between what's going on. George used to use Star Wars and this platform in Lucasfilm to build actors, to give them legacy and to make them huge. Now Star Wars is using these huge actors to try to get views, and it's not working because people hate to see Christopher Lloyd sitting behind a desk pretending that he doesn't know what he's doing, looking like a senile old fuck. People don't like seeing Lizzo and Jack Black fucking around with their Star Wars, playing with Grogu like he's a pet. People don't like that shit, right? They want to see cameos like Katie Sackhoff. They want to see cameos, you know, like Tamora Morrison. They don't want to see this Hollywood land of bullshit that goes on, these cameos because they want to be in Star Wars. Fuck off. Put on a fucking trooper suit if you want to be in Star Wars and erase your face.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt did that in the thing. Do what he did. Or was it Daniel Craig? Somebody had on.
It was Daniel Craig.
Craig did it for the Stormtrooper role.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just go be a Stormtrooper, right?
Yeah.
Go be a background something. Be inside a droid for all I give a shit. Jack Black, you want to play a droid? Get in there. Get there. Get some.
Yeah.
Right? But stop wasting our time. Stop wasting budget, right? And stop pissing off the fandom and giving the personal outrage hunters something to hunt, right? You're giving them bait. I'm sorry. This is the one thing that Star Wars does. And to hear Ryan Gosling has a movie and everybody's so excited about it. Why? You're not going to see anything new with him. It's not going to be anything fun.
I doubt that. I think the Starfighter, because that nephew that he's supposed to be training, unless that's one of the Stranger Things kids, then it won't be too star-studded. It will be Ryan Gosling training a new unnamed kid, hopefully. And he could be Luke's son. So with that being said, that's the direction that, you know, if Ryan Gosling is cast as somebody like that, I would hope that would make up for it, because that would bring someone like me, who has been distraught from the franchise for the last couple of years now, back into it, because I didn't really like the direction it's been going in since 2020, even
probably 2015.
But
Probably 2015.
Probably, yeah, man. And it took me a long time to forgive the sequel trilogy and to make that shit work. And now it's like, okay, I've accepted it. It's here, but they're adding in stuff.
Well, but this is what the Clone Wars. This is what the Clone Wars did for the prequels, right?
Yes.
It gave them some context and depth. It gave some stakes to the community. You know, it gave some stakes to the characters. It made you understand Anakin's turn a little more when he's getting fucked with on a constant basis, while single-handedly winning the war. You know, there's a lot of, you know, you kind of get his animosity, you know, and then they add the apprentice setup to it with Ahsoka, and it kind of adds another layer of the hypocrisy. You see her getting kicked out of the order. You see the way he takes that. You see the way they toy with him.
You understand Anakin's turn a lot more by the time.
You see them kill Obi-Wan and make him a bounty hunter, and then don't tell him and lie to him about it. So he goes and hunts down the motherfucker and gets all dark side. And that's kind of one of the first times you see him get real fucking ugly. And then next thing you know, his apprentice gets kicked out, and then they ask him to cheat, you know, to spy on his mentor. And then all this, you know, then all this stuff rages up, and you're surprised that this happened. I'm just saying, it adds a little bit of depth to the character instead of him being a whiny little bitch, which is what the narrative was when we were younger, right? The narrative was in 1999 that Anakin was the little bitch and that nobody liked him. And that's why they hated on Hayden Christensen for the character of Anakin turning into Vader, because all they saw was a whiny little bitch turning to the dark side because he didn't get his way. When in fact, the Clone Wars added multitudes of depths and layers to it that made it, you understand, damn, he really tried. Like, he really gave it his best.
As someone who does enjoy the prequels, let's not act like he did lose his mother, though.
No. But he got a lot of hate, and that's part of why Hayden jumped out of Hollywood, because he was getting a lot of hate for portraying this as a whiny character, when that's how Anakin was supposed to seem. A young man held back by his mentor, a young talent that his mentors won't let his talent shine, when really they're just trying to hold him back from himself. There's so much that added to the prequels with the Clone Wars, that this is what they're doing with The Mandalorian, with all these other shows. They're trying to show you a direction. And if they bring Talon back, to bring Maul back, to bring Talon back to get to the sequels, to get to the corruption of Ben Solo or whatever, however, wherever. Cool. If it brings you guys back, I'm down, dude. I want the fandom to be more united than divided, right? I like my Star Wars like I like my country. United, not divided, right? So for me, it's just, yeah, do that so that I can bring some of you guys back into the fold and we can not hate parts of Star Wars or not like talking about it or not get together because we don't like talking about the sequels or the prequels or whatever somebody doesn't like, because then maybe we'll all be able to find a path to at least enjoying the conversation, right?
Exactly.
Like erasing the hate a little bit and maybe finding, okay, well, at least they got us there. That somehow made sense, right? And that's what I've always said about the sequels. You guys check the channel, check the tape, go back to the beginning. I've always said, if done right, the sequels will age much better with time. It will be much better with time, right? So it just depends on how you look at it. It's a point of view thing, and I do hope that they bring you guys back with these stories. I hope that Dave's finally on the path and saying, to all the naysayers, you know what, we're doing it. We're doing it.
Definitely. Like, dude, I'll leave it with this. I look forward to it not only just being, you got to watch the original 6, because that's what Star Wars was for a long time. But now you have all of this stuff. Dawn of the Jedi leads into this KOTOR game, leads into the Acolyte, which leads into the fucking episode 1 through 3, the Clone Wars or Rogue One, and Starfighter, and potentially other shit beyond Kimberg's trilogy. And I look forward to really, seeing how the timeline works with all of you when that day comes, when we don't have to hate watch and we can just like see, oh shit, so it was all a part of the plan to make it all work. Harmony.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where we could be going. Hopefully that's the direction it looks like. Look, I honestly think that there's ways to escape an unpopular show or an unpopular movie with a little bit of direction before or after the story's told. So even with Acolyte, there's a way to turn this, even though Acolyte has gotten like 300% more views since it's been published on Disney.
I thought it found some new love after a while. But...
It has. It's actually found a lot of new love. But I think there's a way to pick up the scraps of that show, get completely away from the Jedi Council as a whole. We fooled them, right? That's the narrative that should go into whatever the next phase of that timeline arc Plagueis is. We fooled them. They bought it, whatever. And then moving forward, it would be the story of Plagueis, the plane of the apprentices, the discovery of Palpatine maybe through a Chimere, right? Which would be interesting. Maybe Chimere is the one that discovers, Palpatine's power at first, and then leads Plagueis to him, and that's when Plagueis kind of adopts him. That would be a fun way to get into an apprentice show. And then you see Plagueis playing 3 apprentices and teaching them all different things to see which variation of apprentice he prefers, and then having the other 2 kill and then finally shoving him in a Thunderdome and seeing who comes out alive. And then obviously it's Palpatine.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that, we get to see maybe Palpatine orchestrating his plan to kill Plagueis, but that we don't get that until the next season where he becomes the master or something.
Right.
Like, there's just ways to pick up the scraps from this show, the same way they're doing with The Mandalorian, ushering us into a new era. The same way, hopefully, they'll do with Luke and Grogu, introducing us into the Kylo Ren era, because we saw the school in the Boba Fett show. So there's a lot of opportunity here to pick up the scraps to make things better, and that's what I've always been trying to tell people: is just wait. And you don't like it all, just wait. Don't hate, just wait, because it could get way better.
And I'm grateful we are made it to a point to where now we can be optimistic again.
Yeah.
Despite, I know some folks say it's not so much about the destination as it is the journey. In this situation, it is about the destination than the journey, because the journey is killing y'all right now.
Yeah, the journey's wild rides. But to finish out, we're going to Sheaf sent us a thing, so we're going to switch to this tab and we're going to listen.
So we don't have to play the whole thing because it's 18 minutes or so, but around the 5-minute mark, around the 13-minute mark, there's some decent stuff.
Started telling me about it. And what was really cool for me was that, like there were moments when we were working on MAUL for the other shows.
Yes.
And I would come up with an idea, and Dave would, this happened twice, where I'd come up with an idea, what if this happened with MAUL? And he says, yeah, that kind of detail, it's not really MAUL's show, so you can't really do that.
Oh.
And he said that twice. I had another idea, and he's like, yeah, with that kind of detail, that's not really MAUL's show, so you can't really do that. So we're doing those types of things because this is MAUL's show. I just had no...
Wow.
Yeah. And it never occurred to me that that's what he was thinking. When he said it's not MAUL's show, I just took it as, well, yeah, this is about Ahsoka right now, and this is about that, so we're not going to do this. But I guess he was thinking long-term or hinting or tormenting me or something. Yeah.
But now we do know there is a show. Do we know the name of the show?
Oh, do you guys not know the name of the show?
Oh, okay, good.
MAUL.
Yeah.
Go ahead, say the name.
Oh, MAUL Shadow Lord.
That's right. Athena was like, how much air horn do we get to do during the MAUL thing? And I was like, I mean, listen, as much as you want.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So
That's right.
MAUL Shadow Lord, and this is MAUL's show. Now we can tell these details about, because I mean, I think one of the things that y'all did in animation that was so wonderful is you added so much depth to this character who in the films we really only see for a handful of minutes. And you really used that character to even go into depths of whole new civilizations and things like that. I mean, MAUL has built so much, it's got to be cool to be able to tell stories about him now.
Yes.
What are you going to be telling us?
Oh, a lot, but unfortunately I can't tell too much. But what I can say is Sam Witwer's involvement in the show has been pristine, so I'm very excited about him being able to review the scripts and provide input and all of that as well. So Dave Filoni and Sam created the character for animation, and so it's very important to hear his thoughts as well for the character depth. So very excited about that.
She's been so good to me because we've known each other for a long time and we've worked together on Clone Wars and Rebels and all that. But she's the mastermind on this. She's the one who, when you have a producer who refuses, like,
People
if
only
something
think
happens
MAUL's
and she goes,
overhyped
oh, that's
because
great, that's
they
not good enough.
don't know the full story.
And you go, well, what do we do? She's like, you try it again. We try it again? Yeah, try it again. Try to do it like this and do that. Like, she has been working with Dave for so long that she's like, if Dave is Darth Sidious, she's like Darth Maul coming to, to make sure his influence is felt. And then Dave himself arrives, and then he does his thing. But it's so wonderful to have a producer who will she just refuses to see you fail. She continuously inspires every department to push further than we've ever pushed before.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Let me tell you, it's very rare that I ever work with or hear about a company or hear about a creative team that people are working with where everybody unanimously loves somebody and values their input, but everybody I've spoken to loves Athena and values Athena's input so much.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
She's dressed like a Sith,
of course,
kinda.
it's true.
Yeah.
And I think it's wonderful. I mean, the thing that's great about you, Sam, is, I mean, you all know that Sam is a brilliant performer and stuff, but a lot of you also know that Sam is a Star Wars encyclopedia.
Oh, yes.
He can't help it. He
Very-
can't help it.
Yep.
You care deeply about this.
Well, holocron, not encyclopedia. Holocron
Sure,
is the term.
yeah.
It's holocron. Because they don't have encyclopedia.
No, they don't have them
it's
there.
called holocron.
Yeah.
Because if you go to the Jedi library, yeah.
And so I would imagine
Fucking
that your
nerd.
job is sort of wrangling some of that.
I actually love it.
Yeah.
I feel like I have an opportunity to have my own personal podcast with Mr. Whitwer. So
She's so patient with me.
I have learned a lot from Mr. Whitwer as well.
Calls at 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about Ben Quadraneros, Athena, and I just don't think what happened.
As we all do. As we all do.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Where's the Ben Quadraneros series? Lucasfilm Animation.
This is what I'm saying.
Well, we just hit our 20 years. There's 20 more, so you never know.
That's right.
Quadraneros, Power Racer.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quadraneros, a Star Wars story.
That's right.
Think about that.
That's right.
That's got a good ring to
Put
it.
that on your
Really
plate.
good. I like it. We shouldn't talk about it. NDA. Coming soon from Lucasfilm Animation.
No, so this is, I mean, I genuinely want to say, for those of you, you know a lot about Sam and about Sam's fandom, but like Athena's fandom runs just as deep. Like Athena, there's like a photo
She's
of
the
you,
next
8 years old,
Dave Filoni.
Oh, yeah.
She's
dressed as
under him.
Princess Leia.
She's a beast.
You know, like
So
you were
same
in
with,
it from the beginning. You and I, whenever there's a
trying to think of her
celebration,
name, Carrie.
we like text each other
I'll say Carrie
about kind of
Beck,
like
but I know
fandom
Carrie
things that are
Beck would
happening
be-
in the city. Like, oh, I found a nerdy restaurant that's themed after this.
Yes.
You are just as much of a
Nerd?
yeah.
You could say it,
Yeah,
nerd.
but-
it's okay.
Yeah.
Kind of a dream team on this. After the Clone Wars? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Perfect sense from what he's been through.
Yeah.
It takes place, what is it, about a year after the Clone Wars? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, he's dusting himself off a little bit. You know, Ahsoka kicked him to the curb. That wasn't nice. Yeah, so you know, we get to really explore that, and then Brad Rao coming off the Bad Batch, which is
Yes.
he's brilliant.
That's what I mean. Brad's great.
Brad and Maddie
They got all
together
these
are
people.
like.
They need to make some more animated stuff. It
Have you ever
sounds like
tasted
they're starting
chocolate
to,
with
at least.
peanut butter? It's really good.
Yeah.
It's, they're the
No, I
space-
haven't, but now that you bring it,
I
they're
agree.
Sam's pieces.
Yeah, Sam's pieces.
Really want to
And
do this
Joel
specific
Aaron and
thing.
Keith 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Something special. And on this show, particularly, everyone's been kind of pushing a little harder. You know, they've just been really excited. Would you say, is that?
Yes. The show, it makes me very emotional.
20 years of Lucasfilm Animation, so you're like, wow, I can't believe that happened.
Part of that family.
Forgotten pieces of lore that, you know, that he and George worked out, and that they're seeping into this series in weird ways. So now, you know, my trust in him has been broken. He has been keeping way too much, and it
Yeah.
is time that.
He's got a new hat.
What should we do?
It's time that he share.
He's time that he share,
I mean,
because the Sith always share.
that's right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they're great at that.
That's what they know.
Yes.
No, I was going to say, it looks like he's wearing a new hat, and it looks like he can keep more secrets under it than the old one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit bigger.
That is a covert hat.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dave
Yeah.
Filoni.
He sorts everyone perfectly. And Cad Bane. Coming back to those two fan favorites.
Oh my gosh, I am a
Perfect.
Mhm.
But she's coming in for the
know.
two of you. I love you
I
both
don't
so
know.
much.
I
You're
think,
so.
I feel like he could have more than one apprentice throughout the,
I'm gonna do one
the
more.
show.
You thinking that Star Killer finna be Maul's apprentice? Is that what you're telling me?
I do think that could be a
Holy
thing.
shit! Don't hype me up. Don't do
Maybe
that.
not, probably not forever, because I don't know. I still feel like he could like break off from Maul and go like join Vader as an Inquisitor for like a short period of time, because there's a lot of time between when the Clone Wars ends and New Hope begins. You know what I mean?
A concept
or even
I always
when Maul
like.
gets left on Malachor. You know what I mean? Who knows who did that to him?
Oh,
Yeah.
I do want to go through this real quick. This
We
is
ain't never
this is
gonna end this stream.
no, this is it. This is the last thing.
Too, it was obviously a big challenge in many
This is
ways.
for Ray.
It's challenging technically, but
R.I.P.
this is it's a challenge, but it was a particularly a big challenge because of losing Ray, who was just the greatest person and such a great spirit on the show. I knew Ray from, you know, working in voice acting with him, and I just always instantly connected with him and thought, when I make live action, I need this guy to portray a powerful Jedi Knight that I'd had in mind. And he did not disappoint in any way. Ray was the most beautiful person on screen and off. He was wonderful to all of us, however big a loss you think it is. it's bigger. And it was a challenge for me to even consider continuing for a while. But I have a great support group with John and Rosario. And I found a way, and I had Ray in my head. And grateful for all the conversations with him about Balin. So I understood what to do. It just took a while to get there. But I'm very confident now that Ray would be happy with the direction that we've chosen. Spoke to his family about it because they were so important to Ray every day that we were working. And so we've continued. Because the character was meant to be important, he's meant to be the parallel to Ahsoka in every way. If there's a light, there's a dark, and Balin is representing a different journey for a Jedi that's lost his way. As much as you represent one that's kind of walked away from the Order, so did he. And that parallel is something that must continue. And yeah, I just kept hearing Ray, and I followed that, and it led us to the idea of bringing someone else in to play the part. In essence, because Ray had performed it so iconically, there's a blueprint for what this character should be. And then I talked with John, and John and I decided that we just needed to find the right person that would not just understand the character, but also understand a bit of what Ray brought to it as well. It's something imperceptible, something just in the eyes, really, to be honest. And I think we both felt very fortunate that things pointed towards, and we met Rory McCann. And so Rory will be taking over the role of Balin.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know, recast. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully, personally, I don't think his role is going to last very long. I think they're going to kill him off pretty early.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But yeah, I mean, lots of news. I'm like I said, we were talking about earlier. New Lego sets are coming out. Jango Fett Starship, before they called it the Slave One, I think. I don't know when that name came up. I don't know if that was Jango's name or not. But the Jango Starship is out. It's blue and silver. It's got Jango and little boy Boba. Looks like a cool set. I'm probably going to have to get it. And then they did a chopper I wasn't really impressed with. We might have to buy it and like redo a couple things on our own. But another cool Lego set. There's lots of cool stuff coming out of Celebration this year. A lot of cool, exciting announcements. Sam Witwer is back in the studio with Dave and Athena. So there's a lot of positive things to talk about. There's a lot of positive things on the horizon. May 4th is just around the corner. We are going to have to see how we cover this. I don't know if they're going to drop all of the episodes at once or if it's going to be a weekly thing. We're just going to have to wait and see. But on the flip side of that, what else is going on? Dan is busy making moves. So he's like got Tyler Perry on speed dial now. So yeah, holler at your boy if you need anything. Sheev, you got anything going on? Or are you just waiting for Tales? Are you going to watch some Tales? What are you going to do?
Well, definitely going to be watching some Tales in light and in anticipation of some more Tales. But we got Andor next week, so going to be getting down and busy with that as well.
Yep, that is true. I think I froze.
I think a whole thing froze for me for a second.
Yeah, mine too.
It's tripping. We've been going for too long.
We're going for too long. That's it. We've been going for too long. The world has said it. So we're going to get out of here. All right, let's do the regular. We haven't done this in a while. All right, everybody, don't forget, spay and neuter your pets, help control the pet population. Don't forget to be nice and kind out there. The world is a gloomy place. Don't forget, tell the people in your life how you feel today. If you love them, you love them. Tell them you love them. You hate them, you hate them. Tell them you hate them. But be real and be honest and tell them now, because tomorrow may be too late. You never know when our journey is going to check out. So have a good night. Keep loving Star Wars. Celebration. I'm sad that we weren't there, but it's okay because we're going to try to go next time, wherever it is, but it's going to be okay. But yeah, as always, don't forget, help out your fellow Star Wars fan, and we will catch you next time. Thank you, Dan the Man, for putting everybody together to get this going. And as always, she, my partner in crime, I will see you soon enough. And everybody, thank you very much for being here. It has been a long time, but we are back. We'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody.